with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, gotta fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between, yeah, it's all that. And we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Morning. It is I. It is he. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Of course, I'm here with Righteous Reg. How are you this morning?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. For some reason, I did the Roger Rabbit to start out the day. I don't know what kind of day this is, Philip Lindsey. It's Grapsody. It's Saturday. Your boys are here. What's up with you, my homie?
Got big game tonight. Bears wild card game against the Packers.
You confident?
Not really, because this is exactly the type of scenario where the Bears lose, because spent all this time waiting and then hoping that, all right, they're going to make it to playoffs, and then the team that's standing in the way of them making the playoffs is the Green Bay Packers. So, yeah.
They write movies about this, Phil Lindsey. This is what dreams are made of, brother. This is what it's all about. You're facing off against your rival to make it. We can't write a better script than this.
Yeah. Can't say that I'm very confident, but yeah. It is what it is. I was dying laughing. Not laughing at the fact that he got injured, but Anthony Davis is injured again, hurt his hand. They're saying if he needs surgery, he might be out for a few months. But I was laughing because Freddie Gibbs responded to the clip of him getting hurt, and he was like, "That's because he's a Packers fan."
That clip of the guy walking past AD, and that's it. And I'm like, there's some wrestlers that are like this, Phil, where they just like if they could get it together and have a long 2 years of not being injured, they'd be the greatest, but they just always get injured, and that's AD, man. It's unfortunate.
I guess speedy recovery from Dallas is in a tough situation with this guy. I don't know what they're gonna do. I can't imagine you're going to re-sign him when his contract is up.
I wouldn't think so.
You have to hope that the future of this team is going to be Cooper Flagg. You don't know what you're going to get out of Kyrie Irving either. You've got Klay Thompson really towards the end of his career. Yeah, you're in full rebuild mode if you're Dallas. Sorry, Dallas fans, but it's what it is.
Shout out to the homie Klay Thompson playing his 900th basketball game this week. That was a really dope thing for him, even on this kind of unfortunate playing team. Cooper out there balling, though. They got the future on their team at least. They just got to build around him at this point.
Yeah. I remember at one point somebody was like, "Hey, how do we know that trade's that bad?" No. Trading Luka to Lakers is one of the worst trades I've ever seen. You can't. No, one of the worst trades ever. And people were trying to say, "Well, maybe he already knew ahead of time Luka couldn't stay in shape." Bro, that guy took you to the finals, bro. Like, come on.
I'll never take that. Like, Cooper Flagg is having a great time, but he would have been having an even greater time with Luka right next to him. So I can't ever. No, it's a no for me, dog. Especially with how tumultuous already the Lakers trade has been. It hasn't been great for them either. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they've got other issues on that team, but Sheldon, I knew from the beginning that's a terrible trade. But there were people trying to act like, "Oh, well, look, it's fine." Like, how do we know that, they hadn't figured out they were never going to win with Luka, and Luka couldn't stay in shape, blah, blah, blah. No. It's a bad trade.
That was not what any of that was. This was just like some numbers, some handshakes, some deals were done, and they were bad deals. And you see what came of it. It's not like they looked into the future and they were like, "We'll never win with this kid. Get him out of here."
Yeah. Speaking of trades, Grapsody listener, Meet Normus, welcoming Trae Young to the Washington Wizards.
Shout.
That's not where I expected Trae Young to go when they were saying that they were fielding trades for this guy. They really got nothing for him either. Traded him to the worst team in the league, one of the worst teams in the league, and then they got nothing for him. And this is a guy that's a multiple-time All-Star. When I saw this, I was like, oh, he must have really made somebody over there mad. They just wanted him gone.
Like, he built a little franchise with the New York Knicks, who the fans absolutely hate this guy. Like, he brought some relevance to that team after a time of in a lull period and made them something and became an all-star, like you said, Phil. And to go out like this to the Wizards, and
Bro.
It's quiet over there, brother. It is quiet over there.
That is a crazy situation. He was sitting on the bench during the Atlanta game. He found out about the trade during halftime, and he's like walking around shaking people's hands on the bench and heading out. I'm like, dude, to the Washington Wizards though? Okay.
Get your step. You're going to the Wizards is crazy. Like, nah, I want to stay in Atlanta. Nah, I think I want to stay here. Yeah, that's crazy. The way that never is a good situation, Phil, with these trades. I always think back to D Rose and when he talked about that moment, and it's like, this guy's in the game, you guys. Like, what's going on here? Like, they have no heart in these situations.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but they clearly wanted him out of Atlanta.
They said, who got anything?
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, imagine thinking like, oh man, who all gonna be over there? Hey, you heard of Jordan Poole? Like, hey, all right. All right.
You and JP gonna get it together over there, Trey. It's gonna be good for y'all. Y'all a good young squad. Y'all some studs. Nah, it's bad over there. Could he help? I mean, definitely gonna help, Phil, but I mean, not enough to.
Yeah, he's gonna put up stats over there. He's gonna have good numbers, but like, they're not about to win nothing.
Didn't they just have a fight? They're young and rowdy over there too.
They get rowdy. Gonna move some things. Get rowdy.
Absolutely, man. But shout out to the homie, like you said, Meet Normus. You get an all-star on your team. That's always fun over there. Like, even if times are bad.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I know. Sorry, One Step P is right. Jordan Poole isn't even on the Washington Wizards anymore.
Oh no, he's on the
Pelicans.
Yeah,
that tells you how much I know about the Wizards at this point. How bad they are. I don't even know who's on this team.
Couldn't name one player. Not one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a time. What an NBA time to be alive.
Hey, man. I don't know. I saw someone trying to say that the Bulls are in talks with Zion, and I'm just like, but why? Why would they want Zion here? No, don't do that.
Not a fan? You're not good? You're good? You're good here?
No, I'm good.
Till next time?
No, I'm good.
What Zion did?
Zion they hasn't done anything, man. He hasn't really lived up to the hype.
Hasn't done anything.
He keeps getting injured. He keeps having all of these talks about how can he stay in shape. No. I'm good.
Yeah, it's funny. Like there's talks about Ja Morant going places too, and it's like there are some who the league was going to be all about. They kind of put the league on these guys' back, are not in the same space, Phil. Like, it's going to be a completely different league than we expected because of guys like Ja, because of guys like Zion, because of guys like Giannis, who's maybe on his way to other places. It's crazy over here.
Yeah. All right, Chad. Let's settle down. That is big news, Orion. Maki Ito is officially signed with Stardom. I think this morning. I think that's the right place for her. I know some people were thinking maybe she was going to come stateside, but I don't think her value is where it was like 2-3 years ago. Like at one point, like a lot of people were interested. And so I think going to Stardom and raising her profile again could help her a lot.
Yeah, at one point, Phil, she was like the big WrestleMania weekend opponent, and like it was lit over here. But yeah, I kind of agree. I think if she like builds her home over there in Stardom, it could be even better over here in the States. But yeah, you want to get something established. You want to get a group of people you can continuously cook with. I think this is a great move for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Send us in your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
No, we appreciate the super chats, the Humper Chats, all the love y'all continue to get. Subscribe to the Grapsody YouTube page. We did our Wrestle Kingdom review this Monday. Still feeling them emotions of that event, Philip Lindsey. What a crazy time it's been. Tanahashi's put out a statement that he's going to cut them locks sometime this weekend. So it's like, this is really it, Phil.
Yeah, look, man, I saw people like, no, and Tanahashi's like, I'm not an in-ring performer no more. I'm tired of doing like these big extravagant dues for you guys. I'm trying to just live my life. Like, yeah, I'm cutting this stuff. Like, leave me alone.
I don't want to be in the mirror teasing. It's not about that no more. I'm the president. I'm going to put on my suit and be done here. Now, I totally understand, man. Like getting into wrestler mode. I just think about that picture that I saw last night of Sting and his family. Sting has on the old Zubaz and a fanny pack. I'm like, Sting took that face paint off, but he still got that gear going. I love me some retired wrestler, but yeah, good times. Appreciate y'all. We only have one super chat right now that I'll read, and then we'll move forward. The homie Van Twinblade says, Phil, I have a new anime to add to the Force Reg to watch list. It's airing this season, and it's called Sentenced to Be a Hero. Please mark it down right under the Hard R action anime Black Lagoon. Hard R? Wait, like every time I hear that, my mind goes to a different place, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. I have never heard of this anime, but I have heard of Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I have an extensive list of anime to one day sit down and get into. Appreciate you, man. Twin Blade. Happy no more happy holidays. Larry David would be very upset at me.
Yeah, nah.
It's over for that.
They'll be still going around saying happy holidays. It's a week later. It's over for that. Yeah, it's not anime, but I was watching it last night. Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not seen that. What is this about?
It's really good. It's about well, I don't want to get into all of it, but it's essentially it's revenge. It's like the best samurai shows. Like somebody's looking for revenge. Yeah, it's great. I think it's getting a season 2. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you pretty much got it. Like, what's the plot of this show, the samurai show? It's about revenge and following and taking out a crew of people, multiple crews of people. Sometimes I'm in. Definitely will check it out. But we got one more from the homie Mike for EWF. Here's the 10. Appreciate just you chiming in there, shooting us a 10. Philip Lindsey's favorite wrestler, Sean Spears.
Yeah. 10.
Whatever happened to him?
Isn't he in that like spooky dookie group now?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's in one of those like spooky groups on NXT.
Oh, one of those The Somethings group, huh? There's a bunch of The Somethings group over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Culling, that's the name of it.
Yeah, there you go. The Culling. That sounds like some movie or something.
Yeah.
Mm. There's some radio frequency coming in, Phil. Yep. Sounds like some good music back there. Some soul R&B radio guy.
What the heck is that?
Me in my old age.
Interference.
Yes. Sounds like you found the solution. The solution. I was gonna scream, but that was gonna be crazy. What is this little? Whatever happened to Dusty Rose? That used to be the guy that when your video changed, it would be that.
Yeah, I don't know what this W is.
W. Shout out to all the big W's. We have another the homie Meet Normus is chiming in with the super chat says so my Wizards are trying. They won a couple of games and made the trade. We'll make a play in by 2030 at this rate. Please don't flip him for Ja. I mean, if I'm Trae Young, I'm trying to get any deal to get out of there. No disrespect, Meet Normus, but like I'm not trying to spend my life with the Washington Wizards.
Yeah. I wonder how much time he's got left on his contract. That's going to be an interesting situation because I can't imagine he's trying to stay in Washington.
I mean, Meet Normus has told us for multiple weeks how horrible this team is. So to go to what everybody's saying is the worst team, and you feel like you still got a bunch of basketball to play in your career has to feel pretty demoralizing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to your squad, though.
D'Lo Diggs is saying he's got 2 years left on his contract.
Okay.
So he's going to be there for a minute.
2 years is a long time in basketball years, Phil.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Chad is saying that Trae wanted to go to the Wizards, which, why? I don't know.
What's that?
Yeah. Apparently he wanted to go to Washington.
I bet, dude. Yeah. No, I'm in. I agree. I bet he did. Like, trade me to the Wizards, dog. I'll do this.
He's he cut on his what is it? What's the name of the That's So Raven spinoff where the little brother goes to DC?
Corey in the house.
There you go, Corey in the house. He's Trae in the house. He's on his private jet right now. Everybody get on board because we're going to DC. Big trade house.
Corey in the house, dog. Throwback. The homie Rondell. Shout out to the homie Rondell. Very mature Rondell.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good laugh. The homie Mike is now a new member. Appreciate you becoming a member here and joining us today in that super chat. That's super dope. The homie D'Lo Diggs says, "Sup, y'all? I will be judged, but saw him. Also, WWE library on Netflix is something. Love y'all, and F. Anthony Davis."
Yeah. That is the news this week. WWE's pay-per-views are going to be on Netflix. It's still very odd to me that WWE is doing this thing where you have to go to multiple places to watch everything. You can't just watch the live pay-per-views on Netflix. You have to go to ESPN for that. But then, like, the library for the pay-per-views are on Netflix, and then you had that thing this week where, yeah, I guess there's like a lawsuit against ESPN and WWE because of like the advertisement for the new ESPN app and how it's confusing and what a strange rollout.
The strangest rollout, but it makes sense, Phil, because all of my friends that got the ESPN app to watch it are tech savvy and know how to use the internet and know how to use apps. Everybody was like, "What is this? I'm confused. I can't get to it." And then there was a bunch of people that already had the app and thought that, or already was subscribed to the service and thought that it was going to be a part of that, and it wasn't. And there's all these underlining things that people are still trying to figure out. So I understand why somebody was like, "Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Let's get into this." Netflix having WWE pay-per-views. Every time I click on Netflix and it's like WWE is still super funny to me, and good for them. But yeah, they needed a place to house some of these things. They're getting destroyed going through all these different streaming services, how they've edited some of these specials and things now. So if you want the real raw deal, you're going to have to apply different means to find your WWE stuff. But it looks like they're having fun on the WWE Vault page on YouTube. People are really enjoying that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, D-Lo. The homie Deontay Soignier says, Maki Ito to Stardom. Got my books in the mail on the way. We hype, feeling good. Long work week, so I need a pod today, but we feeling better. All love, y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, D-Lo. Deontay, I hope you're having a great Saturday. I hope that life is fruitful at the moment. 2026 has started off pretty slow. For me, at least, I've been trying to stay underneath, not in like the news in the world. It's fucking crazy outside, but I've been hiding specifically because of that.
Yeah. Out of crazy news this week, but not shocking with the state of politics and such. So
it's a groundswell. It's people are getting antsy, and we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
That's all of our super chats. Appreciate y'all. Or no, we actually got another one. Devil Kazuya says, happy Cody lost it. It was needed. Now push Kit Wilson.
Ending that super chat with push Kit Wilson. I said, man, glad we got the belt off Cody Rhodes, but Kit Wilson though, that's the future. That's hilarious.
There has been some controversy with Kit Wilson's theme. People really like it, but they also think it's AI. So I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I've only seen people saying how much they love this theme and his like Tron and everything. I haven't seen any of the allegations.
Yeah. So, but people seem to be pretty high on the homie Kit Wilson. So hopefully things work out for him. We're definitely going to get into Cody and what went down last night on SmackDown here in a bit. Issa David chiming in says, WB needs to advertise AEW much more. It's difficult to find old AEW pay-per-views on HBO Max, but I have been watching them and they are incredible. Phil, I'm going to keep it real. It'd be hard to find Dynamite and Collision half the time. Like I was telling you before, like my algorithm is still like, you got to look for this thing. So I understand what's going on with the AEW content. There's a lot of content on the HBO Max app in general. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it used to be kind of easy to find it on Wednesdays as well because they used to have like the what's What now and sports and everything, and it used to be further up on the page. Now you got to scroll down further to find it, and even sometimes after it's aired, when I've gone to look for old episodes, it's kind of hard to find it as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they've got to figure that out.
Like they don't put the newest episode at the top. Like you got to like scroll down when you get to the AEW page. Like it's like you guys need to organize this a little better. I don't know whose life it is that depends on that, but it needs to be figured out here at some point. So this isn't a constant kind of complaint from people that are trying to just find your shows.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Issa David. Young Odo says, dog, we got Babes of Wrathlander versus Hyen, Maya World, and Vert fucking Vixen. And the trios actions tonight on Collision. That's like 3 of Bailey's homies in the same ring. Make the trios belts intergender. Shout out to Vert Vixen, another Texas girl getting an opportunity tonight on Collision. The Texas homegirls are really up this year, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be a good match. Glad to see they're still doing more with Maya and Hyen. Vert Vixen is underrated, so good to see her getting some opportunities as well. How long is this residency in Texas? Do you know? Is it just this month?
I think it's just January, so the 4 shows or whatever. But the action the crowd has been super hot for this, so I like them doing a residency here in Texas. Texas is always hot for wrestling anyways, and putting an emphasis on Texas wrestlers I think during it is really cool too.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. That's all of our super chats. Appreciate you guys are cool.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Christian Ramos is saying you have to go to the sports section, then it's usually in the top 5 portion at the top when it's live. Yeah, but how many people know that? You gotta figure it out. And I feel like if something is live, it should be like right where you can see it. It should be something that lets you know, okay, these are the things that are live right now. Like I said, it used to be
Mm-hmm.
further up on the page. Now you got to scroll all the way down to find it.
Yeah, live should take a little precedence if it's going on right now, because more than likely I'm there to find this.
Yeah, exactly. We got a handful of Humper chats. We got one from Tony P. He says, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off on something. Abolish ICE and DHS. That poor woman. The fallout from this has been wide-ranging, mostly disgusting things from certain cretins. Even AEW's Renee got caught in the crosshairs and had to say something. Yeah, this is that whole thing is really sad. Condolences to the woman's family, Renee Good. Um, yeah, just very unnecessary, and the way that this administration is trying to paint this is really gross. Yeah, and as Tony is saying, apparently somebody posted pictures of Renee Good, but they posted pictures of the wrong Renee Good. They posted pictures of Renee Paquette, and Renee had to respond and said, "No, this is the wrong Renee.
Not me.
Condolences to her."
This is a wild time, Phil. It feels like, unfortunately, some stuff we've seen before, and it's chaotic outside. And like you said, the way they're trying to frame it and like be like, this is going to continue to happen is really fucking scary, if I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I guess that's all I can say. I just
No.
It's not surprising. Everything about this is pretty terrible. But again, condolences to Renee Good's family and loved ones. Hopefully there's some justice for her. Not sure where we're gonna head with this, but based on the way it looks, it don't sound good.
Phil, the way that everybody's watching the video and it's being spread across the internet, I'm like, death is way too accessible for us all. Way too many people are watching people die on an almost daily basis, and that's not good for anyone's brains at all.
I don't like watching those things. There was a point where we were getting one of those police brutality videos like every year, and I stopped watching them because I was like, I don't want to keep seeing this. And like, there's a bunch of stuff within the past year or so that I've been just like, no, I don't want to see this. I just so happened to see the ICE video because it was on the timeline, but I usually avoid a lot of stuff. I mean, like the poor girl that got stabbed on that train, I saw that one too, and that was terrible. I don't need to see this stuff. I avoided the other video of homeboy getting shot for the longest. I still haven't seen that. I don't need to see it.
It's too many videos, and I want to avoid them, and everybody's retweeting and posting there. I'm like, oh my god, this is too much, you guys. I don't like this.
I think people are getting desensitized to this stuff too, and yeah, I don't need to continue to see that kind of stuff. I avoid it.
I used to be watching ECW at 1 a.m. on some random channel, and they would advertise a video called Faces of Death, and some of it was fake and some of it was real, but like that was like a secret thing that people were watching late at night and not talking about it. Now it's like you wake up at 9 a.m. and there's a video of somebody being shot on the street, and you're like, this isn't how anyone should start their day.
Yeah. I remember when all of that stuff happened with Charlie Kirk last year, and I just tweeted what I thought, and I tweeted very minimal. I thought other things that I did not say. I tweeted very minimal, and I remember there were people in my messages because the guy that stabbed that girl on the train had dreads, of course. So it was like a bunch of people like sharing the picture in my mentions and saying, "Hi, why did you stab that poor girl?" And I was like, "Yeah, great, be racist. That surely proves your point. Good job, guys."
Oh my god, that is that's horrific, Phil. Like, what is wrong with people?
Oh, there are tons of things that people just like would tweet at me that was crazy. Like I remember I was showing my dad something on my phone, and he was scrolling through. He was like, "What is all this?" I was like, "Oh, it's just people on Twitter being nuts."
Every time I go to my mom and talk to her. She's always like, I always want to respond back to the people on Twitter. I'm like, stay off of Twitter. Do not ever in your life respond to any of these people.
Yeah, no, these people are crazy. There were people like all over like our podcast page, like responding and stuff, talking about how dare you disrespect him, blah blah blah, and it's just like, all right, guys. Okay, I guess I that's gonna do something. Like I don't know.
What we knew it, Phil. We knew we were gonna get here as a society with where the way everything was kind of shaping up. But like the quickness that we've gotten here is like, man, it's everything's just outside now. They didn't wait at all. They didn't wait a year to let things play out. They're just like bombs. Here's everything. Here's a grenade. Here's all these things. They're just like straight out the gate.
Yeah.
It's been horrible.
We got more from Tony P. He says, also to those asking why black folks are mad about non-black people using say her name, it's because MMS has been saying her name, a white woman. It's not just about taking our slang again. It's about why we said it. Yeah, I don't think people understand that part. I don't think people understand that the whole campaign to say her name was because it was part of that time period in Black Matters movement, Black Lives Matter movement, and people being murdered or something like this, and then they would just disappear from the news, and so you had to keep their name alive on social media and certain things, and that doesn't happen as often for non-black people. And I don't think people understand that that's what people are trying to say, but that kind of gets lost in translation and social media and people just arguing.
Why can't we? This is only you thing, and it's like it's not really. We shouldn't even be arguing about this thing. It isn't about who should be saying it or not. It should be continue to be related to what it is.
Yes. Sorry. Tony P continues. The MMS was ignoring the fact that a black woman was unjustly killed during a police raid, and it was getting covered up very publicly because she was black, which has been happening to us for years. Yeah, exactly. There are so many situations like that, and so it's just, yeah, it's a different thing. I don't think you can just take something that started as a black movement and try to apply it to everybody, because then you're ignoring the actual movement and the actual issue that black people were trying to draw emphasis to.
I'm tired, Phil. That's all I know. Like, this is exhausting every day, waking up to like, it's chaos outside. Check your bank accounts. COVID is still running rampant. All these crazy things are happening. It's like, I am tired, you guys.
Yeah. Got two more from Tony P. Says, we can only hope that more white people are seeing what over policing is, and which this is not. It's 10 times worse. Finally call for new criminal justice reform measurements when new powers come in. Overall, this is always sad to see this kind of thing. Rest in peace to Miss Good. Again, very sad where we are, but it is what it is.
Yeah, hate it.
Tony also says, on a lighter note, boy, I was waiting for the lighter note to come, Tony. It's very grim, but it says, on a lighter note, Petty a week goes to babyface Willow Nightingale for convincing others to form a conga line and dance over a fallen body of her ops Mercedes. Spectacular, you sweet woman. Yeah, this was very funny. Calling Mercedes out there while she does a celebration segment, which Mercedes has done a lot of, was very funny. And then Mercedes ended up going through some cake again, and while her body is laid out in the ring, Willow, Harley, Chris Statlander, all of her ops, and Renee, for some reason, proceeded to conga line around her. Very, very funny stuff.
Yeah, that is a good bit of Mercedes always does the celebrations. So Willow's like, I know you're right there watching because you're always involved in these celebrations. So come on out here and see it with your own eyes. They dumped some cake on my homegirl Mercedes. She got to do a big scream, which she's really good at this point. Like, A+ stuff. Unfortunate timing and situation on the show, Phil, with the lights situation that happened. Yeah, but worse things have happened.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta cut the lights off. I don't know.
Turn them off. Bernie Mac told
Turn them off. Yeah, sometimes you gotta cut the lights off. I guess I don't know. I didn't know what was happening there.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, wait, Chris Statlander's in the ring? I can't really see everything that's going on here. Is this a bit? Like, are they trying to set the mood? Like, I didn't really understand. But yeah, something with the lighting structure is what I've discovered.
Yeah, something happened there. They ended up putting a spotlight on Willow during the segment. Yeah, must have been some kind of malfunction or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Tony also says, please don't think I don't see the extra petty of making Mercedes M and flipping it to. I still think the Mercedes fallout will involve Athena, Billy, and affect their storyline. The good. My Canes are in the national championship game at home. Yeah, Athena has been trolling on the internet. I do still think that we could get the triple threat match at Revolution. I think the fact that they're still doing stuff with Willow and Mercedes is probably a good sign if you want that match. So hopefully that's where we're heading, because I think that triple threat could be fire.
Yeah, and if they're trying to put emphasis on the Babes of Wrathlander, like the match tonight, and that must be building to something, and Mercedes getting some help, I'm guessing, to take them on. So I could definitely see Athena being in the mix, and I'm very excited about everything concerning that. Interested to see how this Willow run goes with the tag team belts in the mix and them still kind of being on Mercedes. There's a lot of interesting questions I have coming out of this week.
Yeah. We shall see. Tony also says the good. Tana versus Okada. The Willow segment. Mercedes continued crash out. Rio as champs. Drew finally wins. NXT Call-Ups. Andrade back. Jake something. Maki in Stardom. Konosuke versus Tsuji. Miyu versus Izumi. Most of all, Reg, the Bucks got them tassels back on. Buddy, I was sitting here when it looked like the music was gonna play, and I was like, "Are we back? Are we back to this? Are we done with this this piano music? Are we done with like during the succession thing?"
Mm-hmm.
No, we're officially done. Magic Cack is over. The vest is out of here. We're done with that. Tassels are back. Super Kick Party is back, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting, buddy. I've been waiting. Sorry, have to make this official. I've been waiting. Tassels are back, baby. It's been long overdue. Long overdue. I was like, look, Jack is back wrestling like I want him to wrestle. He's doing flippy stuff again. No more of these rest holds. No more of this goat mask and this like the lights are out and it's like it's sad here. No. We're back. Cali boys are back.
Cali boys are up, brother. Let me tell you. Yeah, when they set the scene with the music, Phil, you know, it could still be a little tease. It could still be like we're getting back to it. But then they walked out and I saw them tassels blowing in the wind and I was like, oh, hold on a second. We are really back. California boys are back. The Young Bucks that we know and love are back. And then Phil, they said, no, we're going to really let you know that we're back by having this match the way that the tassel Young Bucks would have it with Jack on their side. I was like, wow, this feels like prime AEW. This feels like exactly what AEW was built on, and it is needed at a time like this. I'm just so excited about what the future could hold. Jet Speed, unfortunately, was taken out of the match, but I'm just like, I don't care. I just want to see them wrestle the Young Bucks every single week, I think.
Yeah. Glad we're here because, listen, man, I think we got about as much mileage as we can get out of EVP thing as possible.
They stretched it.
But by then I was like, listen, I'm ready. Enough of this, like trying to play into things that I personally don't care about anymore. It's over with. Let's move on. Let's get back to better times. No. FDR is better right now as heels. Let them be heels. Let the Bucks just come out and hit the flex on us. Get cash falling from the sky. We're back, buddy.
What's this authority figure thing? And you guys are trying to talk. I don't want none of this. Take these suits off, put these tassels on, and start flipping, you guys. That's the reason for the season. That's going to get other tag teams over, being able to wrestle these young bucks. Like, it means way more for the company than you guys are EVPs and you got a lot of money. Like, I don't nobody care about that. Like, I'm ready for the fucking spot food, and they gave up the spot food immediately, and there should be a lot more coming along with it. I think the tag team division is starting to be very healthy. The team in the ring with them, Gates of Agony, I think are dope. Seeing them against Ricochet again, it felt like Reseda though. Phil, like I was like, oh yeah, this is Reseda on TV again. The thing that got me to AEW.
Yeah, absolutely. As Tony also said, got the addition of Jake Doyle, formerly known as Jake Something, signed to AEW. Of course, he's part of the Don Callis family because where else would he go? But that's great news. I think Jake Something is incredible. Guy looks fantastic. I was wondering all this time, hey, man, what's the holdup? Why won't somebody sign this guy and put him in one of the top two companies, put this guy on TV regularly? Yeah, he looks phenomenal. He looked phenomenal standing next to Mark Davis last night. I was like, oh, yeah. We're here. If we're not going to get back to just all the open, if we're just going to have two big guys throwing people around, I'm here for it.
Yeah, this was a pleasant surprise seeing this on Wednesday. I've been a Jake Something fan for a long time just because of the things that this guy could do. I was always like, anytime we would get into the TNA men's heavyweight division, Phil, I would always be like, Jake Something is there. Why isn't he one of these guys? Like, why is the big match, no disrespect to anybody, Mike Santana and Cass is your big match? Like, and Jake Something exists in this universe and other people kind of exist in this universe. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So seeing him pop up here in AEW, I think makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of guys that he can make good money with. Immediately pairing him with Mark Davis, who I've been high on, was just talking about him and wanting to see him against Brody King. You talk about somebody I want to see against Brody King. Put Brody King and Jake Doyle in the middle of the ring against each other and let them throw bombs. This is great for the division. I don't know how I feel about the Don Callis family connection, Phil. It's like any heel that comes in, Phil, that's just what it is. You're immediately gang.
Yeah, League of Villains. I keep trying to tell y'all. League of Villains over there. But yeah, we're here. Jake Doyle, real name, no gimmicks. That's where we're at. Yeah, I think that's a great signing. Yeah, I just thought about something. From last night, and I was like, oh, that's why they did that. Interesting.
I mean, there's a big a debut happening in a few days here at this point now for a league, a federation, a brand called TNA, and they're trying to establish their roster. And I think there's some pieces on there that I would be going after,
absolutely,
knowing what's going on in the future here.
Yeah.
Danny Luna, you guys. I don't know if you've seen Danny Luna.
She's great.
Hey, yo. Incredible talent right now. One of the most underrated in the league. They need to invest their brand in her.
Yes. Another big news. I suppose it's big news. Andrade is all elite again for the second time. Technically the third time. He's back. I laughed very hard that they just completely redid his return from last
year. He did it again
on Dynamite. Cut the lights off. It did the exact same thing. He came out with the leather mask again, and Excalibur's like, "Who could that be?" And I'm like, "We've seen this guy a few times. I think we know who it is. It's Andrade."
And not only in AEW has he returned with the same look. Every time he's shown up in a wrestling company, he's had that leather mask on, the suit. It's the same thing. Like, you know who it is at this point. They're still like, who could it be? Who is that? What is going on here? That's Andrade, you guys.
Who could it be? Yeah, he looked clean. He had the peacoat jumping off. He had he looked great. Yeah, he's still in the mix with the Don Callis family. I got excited last time he showed up because he attacked Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega was not there Wednesday night, but he did attack the Bucks, which made me think, all right, we could be getting back to that, hopefully.
Yep.
If you guys remember, of course, the last time Andrade left WWE, he had a big AAA Mega Championship match with Kenny Omega at Triple Mania. So yeah, this seems like this is going to be the rematch to that. Hopefully that's the case. I don't know where that may happen, but that's definitely a match I want to see. Seems like they're still building towards the Gabe Kidd match following Wrestle Kingdom and New Year Dash. So yeah, this guy's technically in two factions because he was doing stuff with United Empire over the weekend at Wrestle Kingdom, and then now he's back with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, seeing the work that he did in New Japan this weekend, Phil, I'm like, oh, this guy is still just as good as he's ever been. Like, he has not lost a step with all this drama. Like, he still can go with all the guys. So this is extra exciting. I mean, getting Jake Doyle and then Andrade added to this roster at this time is super important. I think going to work out for everybody. 2 additional Don Callis members really working out for Don Callis here in this thing. I thought Kyle Fletcher's tweet was great about him being like, wait, Andrade's in Don Callis family and United Empire at the same time? Question mark. That's going to open up some doors, I think, in the future here. But yeah, this Andrade edition, I think it's great. It's real this time. We don't have to speculate about him getting a cease and desist in the mail tomorrow because of not being able to be where he should be. This is going down. He's booked at some other places against Amazing Red at Hog Wrestling in LA this month. So Andrade is back on the scene, Phil, and I think it's going to be a good one this time.
Yeah, booked and busy, fresh off of the trip from Japan. Like I said, working with New Japan over the weekend. When he popped up at Wrestle Kingdom, they made the point several times to say AEW's Andrade. So I was like, oh, he's cleared to come back. I believe there was a Fightful Select report at the end of the year where Sean was saying his contract with WWE is officially kaput. He is officially cleared to sign wherever he wants. What a very strange chain of events to go from getting fired from a company. And so he and everybody is assuming he doesn't have a non-compete. And then they try to hold him to a non-compete, sends AEW a cease and desist letter. And yeah, everything about that was bizarre, like trying to drag this guy into a situation where they're talking about reportedly a year-long non-compete clause, which there was absolutely no way that they could enforce that. There was no way I could see that holding up. So I'm glad that it has really been taken care of pretty quickly because I would have hated to see that get dragged out for the rest of this year. Even if this got into the summer and he wasn't able to wrestle, I think that would be just a big waste of everybody's time.
Right. Yeah, those contract talks are crazy, Phil. But it was funny. Anytime somebody with some sense would look into it, they'd be like, oh no, this isn't gonna hold up. Shout out to the homie Dave Otunga Wrestling's lawyer, who was like, soon the lawyer would the judge would laugh at this essentially if they got this. Like, there's no way that it would hold up. Andrade just stayed busy while this was going on. He stayed in the backs of our brains essentially, and it kind of worked out for him. I think he's in a really good place now, but that was weird. I didn't know. I'd love to have been a part of those discussions of what went on behind the scenes and how he immediately got out of it, and how is this still worked into other people's contracts? Like, what does this mean for other people? Like, there's still a lot of kind of questions to be answered here, but whoever Andrade's lawyer is, he made it happen. But really good space to be back in AEW. I could see him back in Mexico really soon too. Like, he's about to be everywhere.
Yeah, man. He came with the Jay-Z, you don't know. He's like, nah, we got a money hungry lawyer that eat the case. Ain't worried about that.
He didn't seem worried any of the time. So
Unbothered by this whole thing. He's just like, nah, tranquilo, no worry, no worries. Not worried about it all. I'll be right over there. Nah, he's continued to run his race. Went to Mexico, did some wrestling. Went to Japan. He's just like, nah, it's cool. I can't wrestle in the U.S. Tranquilo, it's okay.
he's like, eventually it'll be fine. Like, we'll just redo my whole AEW debut again, and everybody will forget. Like, I forgot Phil. I didn't care. Like, I'm like, oh, Andrade's back. That's dope.
Yeah, nah. Everything about that's pretty funny. Just like him going out and continue to do whatever he's doing, finishing up his trip over the weekend, making a phone call when he gets back in the States Tuesday or Monday. Like, hey Don, what you doing?
Can you do the lights out gimmick again? I'm ready to come back.
Yeah. Nah. Y'all ready? Somebody's next to the light switch? Like, what's up?
I want them to explain on TV and kayfabe whose job that is. Like, did Andrade
Cut the lights off
with the light guy? Like, is one of the Don Callis members back there on the lights? Like, I need a response to what goes on here because it happens often in wrestling, Phil. It's kind of a wrestling trope at this point. AEW is a big fan of lights out gimmicks. Like, how does this happen? Who coordinates? Like, who does the wrestler talk to make this happen? Like, there's somebody next to production? Like, you better do it.
Cut the lights off now. Cut them off.
Turn them off.
Now. Yeah, so yeah, Andrade's back. We're back. Hopefully we're done with all this litigation talk and everything around it. He could just go on about his business. Because again, I just thought all of that was really pointless, and it never felt like it could really be a thing where he wouldn't be able to wrestle for a year. It was just like, let's just momentarily make it harder for him to go over there.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the Don Callis family, Phil. Can somebody like Andrade get over when he's in a group with 10 guys? Like, he's already over, but can, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it gonna work being in a group with this many guys?
I don't know. I don't know at this point what is the end goal for the Don Callis family other than he just continues to accumulate wrestlers. I have to assume there's going to be a big split angle with Konosuke Takeshita ending up wrestling a lot of these guys, and it seems like Kyle Fletcher might not be long for this group as well. He might eventually break out and leave as well. But
agreed.
If this is just to set it up so you've got like all of these henchmen to go through for Takeshita or Fletcher to get to Okada, I don't know how well that's gonna work if you don't have a plan after that.
Mm-hmm. Like, the Takeshita and Fletcher beats all the guys up, then what? Then you just start dumping them into random things. That's gonna be weird. But it always lands back on that, Phil. Like, they're heavy hitters though. It's like Jake Doyle, like Takeshita, Fletcher, Hechicero, like El Clone. Like, you could go down the list. Like, these are some of the best wrestlers in the world kind of in this group. So it's always like they're talented no matter what, but like, is the Don Callis thing gonna work for everybody like it should?
I don't know. At this point, it seemed very Jericho-esque, and that's a little worrying.
I didn't want to say it.
I hope that that's not the case, but it kind of feels like this is more about Don than it is these guys collectively. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope that they have an actual plan here to roll this out into something, but I'm just not sure.
The feelings are what the feelings are. It's just like, okay, don't get locked in the Don Callis vortex at this point. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be, because again, these are heavy hitters. These are guys that should be featured in all the title divisions. And it's not like Don Callis is featured in all the title divisions. Don is great though. Never forget.
Yeah.
Big fan. Just overload.
It's just it's a lot of Don at this point. I did laugh very hard at like them walking away as this big group, and like the interview's trying to get. He's like, "Hey Don, hey Don," and then they all turned around in unison, which again, big Jericho vibes. They all turned around in unison, and they were they were getting that shit off, and then they walked away. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I hope this is heading somewhere. And see, the other thing is, Andrade's been in the mix with some of these big factions with AEW a few times. Remember the whole Matt Hardy office thing, which that was not good, and it lasted way too fucking long.
I wiped that from my brain. I'm like, oh no, my brain remembered again. That was crazy. Matt Hardy.
Yeah, then he ended up like acquiring. Yeah, he ended up acquiring it, and it became like the Andrade family office, and like, oh yeah.
Now I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, AEW had Andrade, and he was just kind of in some bullshit. I don't think he should be like that this time. Like, you need to be putting this guy in matches on TV every week.
Oh, you remember the whole timeline? He got there, and as soon as he got there, they put him with Vicky Guerrero, and then he ended up getting rid of Vicky and getting Chavo Guerrero, and then he went from there to the Hardy family office. Yeah,
I wiped it, Phil. I was like, no, that did not happen. Oh my god, yeah, they kept trying to pair him up with people. Does Andrade need a mouthpiece at this point? Is it that super important that we have to pair him up with Don Callis or somebody?
I don't think you need to. I think some of the best stuff he did with AEW the first time around was when he went to Collision and he was a baby face, and then he had like the feud with Buddy Matthews and some of the stuff like, and then he was in a Continental Classic. It's so wild because I thought that he finally started putting it together in those last few months with AEW, and then he left. And that was also why I kept going, hey, I kind of want him to come back, because he finally started cooking, and then he left. He also he was in LFI for that brief moment, because that was the way they brought Rush in, and I remember thinking then, I was like, okay, this is the right direction. We're not trying to put him with a mouthpiece. They're just gonna play into the Los Ingobernables stuff that he did in CMLL, and then he got into that thing with Sammy, and then he got hurt, and he was off TV for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, that thing with Sammy. Oh, that thing with Sammy. This is. Yeah, I wiped that because I guess with the things that I don't like, I don't hold on to. I was like, yeah, what did happen with Andrade, and why was he trying to get back to WWE for so hard? And it's like, now I kind of understand. No, you got to put this guy in the mix. Don't have him mixed up with no bullshit. Do the Kenny Omega match, do all the big matches, and just make it happen, because he's still a big star around here.
Yeah, I did initially wonder, okay, why didn't they just put him back with LFI? If he's back, and then I was like, oh, Sammy's over there. I don't know if they want to do that.
But you can't sacrifice the story, I think. Like, I don't know. I know that's probably what happened, but like, it just makes more sense for him to be over there. He feels groovier next to Rush, you know what I mean? Like the guy, I like, eventually we got to get back there.
I would hope so. I don't know if that is the entire reason why they didn't put him back with LFI.
I wouldn't take the chance.
Yeah, they might not want to risk it. Sammy Guevara was back in the mix. He was on Dynamite this week. I thought he had a good showing.
Me too.
The wrestling part has never been the issue with Sammy, though.
Right.
So I wasn't surprised that the match was good, because he can have good matches. I just think it's him consistently as a character, and some of the off TV shenanigans have not been the best for him.
Do you think he'll ever be able to be like a world title contender? Will the fans ever accept him as more than what he is?
At this rate, I don't. I think that he could potentially come back and maybe have like another TNT title run. I think you can build him back up, but it's gonna take some time, man. And there's been so many attempts to repackage him at this point. And usually when fans see it, it's hard to go, oh no, this is just natural. And maybe if the fans get behind him, it's just I don't know, man. I don't see him being world champion level again, though. No.
There's a lot of hoops to get through for fans. Like he was with Dustin at one point. Like when
Yeah.
people start to feel like you're the big show and you keep turning and you keep being all these things, it's
Yeah.
hard for people to take you
Mhm.
seriously. So they have to like establish something with Sammy, which I think is being a heel, if that's what the thing is, and stay consistent with it.
Yeah. He's back with his creepy mustache. He kind of looks like Matt Dillon in Something About Mary.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but again, the match was good. If you're
course.
just putting it in solid matches, I think he can work here. But it's just you got to figure out something that sticks with him, and they haven't been able to do that. They haven't found anything. They haven't found a direction with him that sticks yet.
I'm just seriously like, well, fans, because some fans do not like them. Some Sammy Guevara, brother. I tell you, there's definitely the Mercedes thing, Phil. Like people I still see a lot of her stands be like, we could never, and like understandable, but I think there has to be some restitution, some resolution to this. It's been a long time. Maybe Sammy has publicly apologized and all these things. I know that's not going to mean anything to anybody. And then there's like he was with the woman and then he was with the different, like there's a lot of like things that people like don't forget, Phil.
Yeah, his relationship with Ty kind of rubbed some people the wrong way, and then the incident with Andrade. Then he had some other incidents here and there, and there's some tweets and stuff like it. Yeah, it's a lot to slug through at this point. Then he had like the attachment to Jericho for the longest that didn't help him. Yeah, at least with like the
I didn't even think
LFI
about the Jericho part.
Yeah, at least the LFI stuff, at least it seems like it's just simple and straightforward. And I think he just needs something like this where he's just in a group where he can wrestle. He works best as a heel. But yeah, who knows? I cannot predict this. We've seen more people come back from other things that were worse. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I just again, it just feels very much like the Austin Theory situation where we keep trying to give this guy things. We keep trying to reposition him, repackage him, put him over here, put him over there, flip him around, turn him around, do the hokey pokey, and hope that people change their mind on him.
What an apt comparison, Philip Lindsey. Like the higher ups, like the management wants this to work so bad. Like that's their guy. Yeah. And I agree because these are super talented in-ring guys, but there's a disconnect with the fans that I don't know if will ever be connected, Wow, great comparison. Legit.
I said the same thing when Theory came back, that he's basically WWE Sammy Guevara. They have the same trajectory at this point. They keep trying to give this guy something. Hey, look, you don't like this? Oh, well, all right. Let's throw a new coat of paint on it. Let's do this. And it's like, maybe something will stick eventually. I don't know.
Look, he has a new gear. Look, he shaved his head. Look, he has a new song. Dude, try it. Like, you'll like it. Don't you like this?
Yeah.
Damn, one day.
Yeah, one day. I don't know.
I feel like WWE is gonna force Austin Theory. You're gonna like him. I don't know if it'll be the same for AEW.
You're getting this theory, dog. You're getting this theory until we're ready to give up on it. Mm-hmm. One way or another, you're getting Austin Theory.
I don't know if AEW will be the same, but I feel WWE definitely will.
It seems similar. I don't know.
I mean, as far as chances, some wrestlers get like 2 chances max, Phil, and then like if it didn't work, you're done. Like he's had like legit, you named 10 things.
He's yeah, it's been a lot going on. And again, maybe he could get through all of that and still be like a consistent mid-card champion or something. I don't know, but As one of the pillars, he's definitely the worst off currently of all four of those guys.
Every time I think about the rest of them, I'm like, wow, like he's not even in the same league as them. Like when Darby got injured in this Canada Classic, it immediately was like Jack Perry. They weren't like when Sammy put it. No, it's like Jack Perry's a guy, like he's not in the mix like that. Like he's in the mix in Ring of Honor, but he's so far removed from those guys. And I guess that's where I was going. Like, will he ever be able to be standing next to those guys again? And I don't really think so at this point. Fans won't let him.
Crazier things have happened. It could happen. At this point, I don't see how we get back there.
Like with always thinking of who's next, what's the lineup, where's the champions lay, like he's down there compared to like other people. So I think he can though, because get in the ring and let him cook. Maybe if they just did like 10 weeks of just letting him get in the ring and cook and do his thing, it would happen. But it's tough. It's going to be a big hill to climb.
Yeah. We, as you said, reviewed Wrestle Kingdom on our channel. If you have not seen that, that is on our YouTube channel. We're gonna continue to do those kind of reviews going forward this year. Usually either Monday or whatever other day we land on after a pay-per-view. We'll probably hit that. That way we'll have like quicker reactions to the pay-per-views, and they'll be up on our channel.
It works out for me because I can't be remembering what happened 6 days ago. So like, you got to get me fresh, brother.
Yeah, I think that was part of it because we keep getting more and more wrestling that's like either the same day we record or like the next day, and then we'd end up having to review like 2 pay-per-views or something sometimes because we'd end up with like a lot happening within a week. So I think that helps us out. But Wrestle Kingdom was a big success in some ways for New Japan. I think that like the second half of it in particular worked really well for them. New Year Dash still kind of feels like it's trying to find what it is anymore because it's not it's not where you get the big surprises anymore like it used to be. But I think one of the best things to come out of New Year Dash was the United Empire segment. United Empire went into Wrestle Kingdom, won their 10-man match against the unaffiliated guys and the Bullet Club War Dogs, and then came into New Year Dash, won their match again, added Jake Lee to the mix as well. Very controversial choice in bringing in Jake Lee. Jake Lee again flip-flopped on somebody. Trey Bazar, who could have guessed that would happen? But then after the match in the backstage segment, brand new double champion Yota Tsuji united the unaffiliated guys with the Bullet Club War Dog. He's now saying that they're officially going to align under the name Unbound Company. And that has led a lot of people to believe that Bullet Club is no more because the War Dogs were really the last iteration of that. That's really a shocking implication because Bullet Club has been such a big part of New Japan for the past decade. It has had a massive impact on pro wrestling. Just like in merch sales, what it's become like is this big really a mainstream thing at this point. I don't even know if you can necessarily say it was niche anymore when you had the members of Bullet Club come to the U.S. and eventually start their own company in AEW. You have so many leaders of Bullet Club that ended up signing with WWE or somewhere else. And so it's been a big, massive impact on wrestling as a whole. I think Bullet Club, as we were saying over the weekend, is got to be one of the greatest pro wrestling factions of all time. I'm not sure if it's over though. I think that the fact that we haven't heard from David Finlay since Yota Tsuji said that, I don't know what that means. We also have the news that WWE is interested in David Finlay. His contract is set to expire soon.
Not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, his family's worked over there. I think he's had a good run. I think he's the kind of wrestler that would work really well over there, actually.
I think his brother works there.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure that this is it for New Day. I mean, not New Day, Bullet Club, because it, Bullet Club has been such a lucrative IP for New Japan.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to see them just going, yeah, we're completely done with this. This turned into this thing where the shirts were selling at Hot Topic. I have to assume it's probably their highest selling piece of merch for like the past few years. So
I would think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I believe this is it. And I've been thinking about this all week. I've seen more and more people say, man, I can't believe Bullet Club is over. I don't know. I think we're just assuming it's over because we got that backstage segment, but none of the War Dogs have said anything since then.
Right. I think it's pretty interesting with the connection to New Year's Dash, Phil, which a lot of the New Japan faithfuls on the timeline were saying is one of the best New Year's Dash in a couple of years, which so I think they're trying to figure it out and getting closer to the point. But like Bullet Club is been synonymous with some huge New Year's Dash moments and eliminating some guys and crowning new leaders of the Bullet Club. And so that connection and who they went on. I mean, Cody Rhodes, who we're going to talk about here, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, like so many people connected to the biggest wrestling company in America came through the Bullet Club.
Yeah, Tama Tonga, Hikuleo, like all of these guys we can name that got signed. The Good Brothers,
AJ,
AJ Styles, Jay White, like just you can go on and on. All of these guys that the Bullet Club ended up elevating them and the guys that got signed to big contracts in the U.S. I don't know, man. The fact that we haven't heard anything from the War Dogs, I do think we're gonna get a split of some of the War Dogs because at this point, Gabe Kidd is basically a babyface. They cheer this guy. He's not getting booed. So I could see him maybe staying with the Unbound Company guys, but like, I don't know. You've also got like the Knockout Brothers in the mix. Are they gonna now become baby faces, or are they not gonna? Because the way they came in with Finley, they really came in as heels. So I don't know what that means. What does this mean for Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney? Joe Maloney is another one where I think you can move him over to Unbound Company, but I don't know, man. Ishimori as well. Like I just think the thought that all of these guys want to be linked with Tsuji, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think some of the War Dogs are going to stay with Tsuji, but I don't necessarily believe all of them will.
Yeah, it's just too many super talented guys that are super in the mix, and like just taking that branding and starting fresh would be interesting. But Bullet Club's been so synonymous with pro wrestling, it just wouldn't make a lot of sense at this point. But like we're talking about, Phil, it is pretty, for like as far as heel factions, it's pretty muddied up there in New Japan. And like Bullet Club isn't what it was 10 years ago, but it still stands pretty strong. And I think the concept of what it is will essentially always work in New Japan, right?
Yeah. I do think that like when we talked about it over the weekend, I was saying how it feels like there's more of an overlap with the big heel factions in New Japan. Obviously, House of Torture is still in the mix, but it seems like they're doing more to build United Empire up as the next big heel faction. So maybe that's why they're doing away with Bullet Club, at least for now. But then also Zeno Hour, I think it was, in our chat was saying that he could see Callum Newman doing away with the United Empire name and joining Bullet Club or taking over the name Bullet Club. And I think that makes a lot of sense with where Callum Newman is. He's been calling himself the Prince. He very much made a point. He did not want to put up the United Empire gesture at Wrestle Kingdom or the next day during that segment with Ospreay. So I don't know. It could go in that direction. I think if you're looking for like a big Gaijin faction, you kind of have that in United Empire. So I don't know if you necessarily still need Bullet Club, or maybe United Empire is going away. I don't know, because United Empire is also still so attached to Will Ospreay. That was really his thing. So I don't know. It could go either way. I'm just not so sure Bullet Club is completely gone.
And Ospreay was kind of planting some seeds for coming back and fighting alongside some people and doing some things. So maybe want to stick around with the United Empire till those things go down. There's just kind of a lot. But yeah, I think it's hard to be like, it wasn't a big buildup to Bullet Club. It wasn't like they had this faction warfare. If you lose, you break up thing. It was just kind of like, they're done, and like that it feels like there needs a little bit more if we're going to be the completely end of Bullet Club.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe this is it, but it kind of feels like maybe this is like a reset for now, and then maybe it'll come back. I mean, Bullet Club is insanely popular. Finn Balor was just on Cody's podcast this week explaining like the origin of the name and just like the impact. I mean, we said all his other names, but man, Finn Balor, probably one of the most influential wrestlers of the past decade, and what Bullet Club did for his career, like immeasurable.
He feels like the one the mainstream TV wrestler that carried along that persona more than anyone else. Like he was still like that Bullet Club Finn essentially through his entire WWE run.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a short on our YouTube channel of Gabe saying why he thinks War Dogs is the best iteration of Bullet Club, and it's one of the most watched things on our channel, and that just tells you how popular Bullet Club is. But it's also funny because people will comment and then will yell at the clip like they're yelling at us, like, "Oh, it's not the best iteration." I'm just like, well, we're not Gabe Kidd, and I'm not going to relay the message to Gabe for you. This is all things that Gabe would say, and why would you expect Gabe to say otherwise? Because A, it's Gabe Kidd, and he gets his shit off, and of course he's going to feel that way. It's the iteration he's in. He's going to say the iteration I'm in is the best version.
Most people in that situation, well, he's not going to be like, yeah, maybe I'm like third or fourth. No, he's going to say he's the best, and all of those other guys are bums, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, and all of his reasons, hilarious. I sometimes think about him saying, man, I don't care if AJ Styles can do a springboard 450. Mate, your hair looks crazy.
That was one of the funnest interviews we had, man. Gabe Kidd, that guy, a straight character. But yeah, of course he's going to say that his is the crew, but like, Finn as Prince in the front, Kenny the cleaner, AJ, like Bullet Club is crazy. But yeah, there was a time when the Bullet Club shirt was the most annoying shirt in wrestling. Everybody was having their knockoff versions. There's Cupcake Club and fucking Hot Dog Club and Bikes Club. Like everybody has their own Bullet Club,
Kojima, Bread Club.
Bread Club, like there's anybody that's anybody has their own Bullet Club shirt, and it dominated. There was a time when people were like, this is just a ripoff of the NWO, but like it was so different than what the NWO was.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got the Bang Bang Gang in AEW currently.
Still
they
keeping
call
it
themselves Bullet Club, but they're essentially Bullet Club, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Ace Austin and Chris Bay were keeping it up in TNA for a while too. Like, there's a bunch of different connections.
Yeah. Seeing Jay White over the weekend during Tanahashi's final moments with New Japan, he looked great. Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Yeah,
they definitely could use him.
I don't know what the prognosis is or how much longer he's going to be out, but if he comes back, it's really good timing with Andrade and Jake Doyle. Like, I think this will be a perfect time to slide Jay White back in, but it feels like when they announced the injury, it was a significant time, and I think we still might be in that time, you know?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it's a hand injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these hand injuries keeping people out. Like, Bianca's been out almost a whole year.
Yo, the Bianca hand thing is crazy. And like, it seems like there's not a concrete, like, I'm coming back here, not a concrete thing. It's all just kind of been up in the air and super stressful.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shoulder as well. He had shoulder surgery as well.
That's also the thing. A lot of wrestlers are going down. Sheamus just announced that he's down with the shoulder injury. Shoulder injuries are starting to become the new knee injury.
Yeah, Seth is still nursing a shoulder injury after he decided to jump head first off of the top rope last year.
Yeah. I wonder what the connection is, because you're starting to see it kind of industry wide of a lot of people going down with shoulder injuries. I wonder what has changed that's a thing.
Yeah. Speedy recovery to Jay White. Hopefully he's back soon. Hopefully Sheamus is not out too long. Luchasaurus also, I believe, is out currently dealing with a shoulder injury. Hopefully,
man.
We didn't even get the tag run that it seemed like we were about to get with Jurassic Express. So hopefully he's not out too long.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, get a little bit more about Wrestle Kingdom. Seeing Ibushi walking down with his leg and slow that point where he stopped, Phil, and then Kenny looked back and he's just like, "Give me a second." I'm like, "Get me out of here!" And then when he got in the ring and Tanahashi gave him those little buddy, you made it. I was like, you know what? Onions are being cut in here. Turn all these lights off. I'm out of here. But yeah, great moment. Speedy recovery to Ibushi, who is a freak and looks like probably should be in a wheelchair or at least on crutches and walk down that super far ass ramp.
He walked all the way down that ramp, man. I couldn't believe it. He looked like he was in pain. But that just, man, touching. That just tells you how much Tanahashi means to people. That he felt like he needed to be there, even if it took him a minute to get down to the ring. I want to be here for Tanahashi. What an incredible moment. The retirement match. I mean, the match itself, Tanahashi versus Okada, was excellent. But then all the stuff afterwards, the ceremony for Tanahashi was just the perfect way to send him off, man. Everybody involved in it. That was great. I know people are still talking about the Nakamura stuff. I still think it's a shame that Nakamura was not there, but I also don't want to continue to debate with people about why he might not have been there, because we don't know. I don't know specifically why he wasn't there. I mean, you could infer some things from everything else happening and wrestling politics, but the fact that we don't know, I also don't want to just be like, well, this bothers me. Well, why you didn't say anything with Edge didn't go over there? And why you didn't just like, oh my God, bro, shut up.
Y'all always do this when it comes to this. WWE can't do nothing. He signed a contract. Shut up, get over it. 6 stars for Tanahashi and Okada in that retirement match. I felt like Dave was going to be super high on the scale because of the magnitude, but I think of the emotion and everything attached to it, I'm not mad at it at all. I definitely think it was like, if I'm having a retirement match after a super amazing career where everybody pays tribute to me, that's how I want to go out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it's so funny that clip came out of Dave and Brian, and Dave's like, I think he should have won. And it's like, the story wasn't for Tanahashi to win at all. Like, that wasn't the thing. Like, him fighting back, him getting using his old foes moves and just trying everything but can't was the story, and it had to be told that way.
Yeah, no, I thought it was perfect. I thought Okada came across perfectly as a returning heel and not a returning hero with New Japan. Even the closing moments with him and him showing respect to Tanahashi on the way out, that was really emotional. Probably one of the greatest pro wrestling rivalries of all time. Wrestle Kingdom I thought it was really good. There were some bits of it that were still a bit of a head scratcher, but man, you couldn't have written a better end for Tanahashi's career and a debut for Aaron Wolf. I thought the women knocked it out the park as well, and I think that outweighed a lot of stuff that I didn't really care for.
Exactly. Like at the end of the show was like, it doesn't even matter what happened at the beginning of the show. They fucking stuck the landing. They hit on every mark. Like, this is going to become a movie. Like, this whole Tanahashi story, like halfway through the show, I was like, this is feeling like an epic ass movie when Tanahashi came down and he's just standing at the top of the ramp and everybody's just going hammy. It's like, this is crazy, man. I can't believe this is happening. But great moments. Definitely check our review out on YouTube for the full thoughts, because we really got into it.
Yeah, people are also very happy that Yoda Tsuji brought back the version 4 of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, I had started getting used to the other belt, but nah. V4, man, it's all right. We don't have to talk about that belt ever again. It's fine.
Nothing like it, Phil. And your boy Yoda Tsuji was getting this shit off this week. He's like, look, some of these gaijins come in here talking shit. I ain't gonna be just taking my belt all willy-nilly over the world. Like, if you want to take this belt on, you got to come up here. I'll defend the global belt over there. Like, this is the energy, dog. He told Tanahashi, give me this company. I'll take this flag and take it to newest heights. He's coming with this energy of, we're the best fucking wrestling company in the world, and I don't care about nobody else. I want all wrestlers to say that. I want Cody to come out and say WWE's the best. I want fucking Kyle Fletcher to be like, AEW's the best. I want everybody to say that their company's the best, because that's how this shit should be.
Yeah, man, I love it. He's definitely been talking a lot, and I feel him. Hey, New Japan is the best company in the world. This is where I am planting my flag. So this is the best company. I'm not trying to hear any of the rest of that stuff. I'm not trying to see these guys just come here to raise their stock and then leave. No. This is the best company in the world. Also, the AEW DDT guy gets to just come in here and win the G1, and he thinks he's going to come in the dome and win. No.
Nah.
This is my company. Also, y'all not tired of this Bullet Club stuff yet, man. Get this Bullet Club stuff out of here. LIJ is over with. Look, we're friends. Everybody, we're all in the same hut. Now, anybody got a problem with that? Anybody?
Nah, Yoda Tsuji put his feet on everybody's couch. He's like, look, I'm about to air my grievances. You might make it out or you might not. I'm the new champ around here, and these are the rules. I love it, and that's how that energy needs to continue to be. This is a great way to start the year for them and start this new, essentially, era off the backs of Tanahashi's retirement.
Yes. Send us your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this podcast. You can also send us a Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Absolutely. We're going to get into a few super chats and humpers and move forward. The homie Sal Cruz says, I know this isn't happening, but it would hit perfectly if Mercedes came back with their homie Bailey. What month is it?
I want Bailey to quit her job so bad. It's all right, man.
I've never wanted somebody to quit a job more. Yeah. Maybe Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but I don't think they're ever going to quit their job, so it's fine. But I think Bailey, fingers are crossed, dude. Fingers are crossed.
They're there to stay.
Appreciate that, Sal. The homie Eloquent says, cool to see Maki Ito sign with Stardom.
Yeah, I think that's a great spot for her, especially where Stardom is. They could use her as well.
Yeah, again, big deal for her. I think it's going to up her stock here in America, too. I think coming off of whatever happens here is going to be a big, really good for her.
Yeah.
Sterling676 says, if the Don Callis family had a civil war, how would you guys split up the teams?
No, obviously, I think Takeshita's going to be the first one to jump. I think that Kyle Fletcher is not that far behind him. Maybe Hechicero, because Hechicero has been kind of like, man, look, I just want to wrestle. I just want to get like raps off. I want to put people in crazy holes, and that's it. I'm not trying to argue and all the rest of this stuff. Well, you guys are crazy. So maybe Hechicero ends up over there on the babyface side as well.
Now I can't think of all the 5,000 guys that are in the group.
Well, El Clone is not going anywhere. El Clone is a heel through and through. He's staying put. Andrade just got there, so I don't see Andrade leaving. Not this soon.
Andrade, I think, like you described earlier, though, about the end of his AEW run, I think he does have a big baby face run in him eventually.
Yes. I was about to say maybe Josh Alexander would jump. Nah, but Josh been kind of about that action, man. He threw homeboy through that wall. He been kind of rolling with all the bullshit, so I don't know.
Josh is kind of like, you guys think I'm a nice guy, but not really. I'm really with the bullshit. So yeah, I don't know. I think he might stay on the hillside. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I really think it's whoever makes the jump was Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher at this point. It's really them versus the rest of the Don Callis family.
Agreed. Yeah, it's really them as the captains of the other squad against the Don Callis family. Appreciate that, Sterling. The homie Eloquent also says, why do people pretend Sammy Guevara is a bad wrestler?
I don't think they do, Eloquent. I think a lot of people understand that he's a good wrestler. I think it's just a lot of the other things that people don't like. I don't think it's the in-ring stuff at all.
Because we've seen him have a lot of great matches at like the Cody stuff. Like he has his stuff stamped, but like all the extracurriculars are what some people just aren't ever going to get over, I think.
Yeah, I think some people just don't like Sammy. I don't think it has anything to do with the wrestling. And a lot of times when you just don't like somebody, you can't reason with that. You can't really reason with people when they've decided, I don't like this person.
And like, oh, you think they're a good wrestler? They don't go fuck.
Nah, I don't like dudes, so it don't matter.
Definitely. Appreciate that, Eloquent. The homie Grapple Geekery chiming in today says, I don't get Jericho vibes at all because Don's great on commentary. Unlike Jericho, and family members are getting the ring time in matches, not Don.
It's true, but what is the name of the faction? It's the Don Callis family, and then like who is like front and center and all this stuff. It's Don. Like I feel you. It isn't exactly the same. It's not a 1-to-1 comparison, but I just hope that there's a plan for this. Because that's what ended up happening with a lot of Jericho factions, where he get all these people together, and then by the time it fizzled out, none of these people ended up in a better place. And so,
right.
I hope that's not where this is heading, because there are a lot of people in the faction.
Yeah, this is a little bit different than Jericho's, because Jericho would have like 5 at max, 4 or 5 dudes at max. This is like 10, 11, 12 guys mixed in this Don Callis family. So there's a lot concerning with it. But yeah, it is definitely different though, Grapple Geekery.
No.
They definitely went to the same school of entertainment. I'll say that. I mean, they're Canadian guys, you know?
Yeah.
The homie Ben Simpner says, I am going to message Matt Hardy and ask him how Andrade should be booked. F Ice and F the Packers.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking about with Gabe Kidd, Phil, and feeling like he should be the best, and Yoda Tsuji saying that New Japan's the best. Are you mad at Matt Hardy for saying that they will overtake AEW and become the number 2 company with this AMC deal?
I'm not mad at him. I just don't think he really believes that.
Right.
That's it. I just don't think he really believes that, because I don't think he's going to stay with TNA long term. I just don't see him staying there long term. And I could be wrong. No.
I mean, around every turn, he's like, can't wait for one last run. Wouldn't it be great if me and Jeff had this gigantic match at WrestleMania against all the guys?
He can't wait to get back over there, man.
But I hear you. The company being the biggest in TNA is helping you get right back to that spot. So I see why Matt Hardy's talking his shit. Like, he's the reason for the season. Like, people do tune in for the Hardy Boys. Like, people still do have dream matches in their brain for the Hardy Boys. But like, let's reel it back a little bit, I think.
Hey, man, that's where he is right now. So he's trying to let y'all know that TNA is gonna be all right.
You got your DVR set, as they say, for Thursday?
No, I don't. I don't. That's right. It is this Thursday. I forgot.
It's coming up, dog.
Yeah, big news. Perez Hilton will be there. That was interesting. I was like, wait, what? Perez Hilton took to social media to let you guys know that he will be in Dallas for the premiere of TNA and AMC.
I'm
He will be
checking
a
my
part
phone
of the festivities.
Checking my phone to check what year it is, because it's 2026, right?
Yeah.
Perez Hilton. What the fuck is Perez Hilton doing here?
I don't know. He's an influencer. They just wanted to get some
Is he?
influencers close. Yeah, that's part of his promo that he does at the beginning of his videos. He's the first ever influencer. So yeah.
Look, I'll give Perez that. I'm not mad at it. You can have that title, but yeah, interesting choice considering that they just signed. Congrats to the homie BDE who just got signed to TNA. Considering the type of influence and people you could use to launch this new venture onto AMC, I didn't think that Perez Hilton would be high on the list, Phil. But what the fuck do I know?
Hey, I don't know. Hey man, shout out to BDE though, man.
Shout out to BDE.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, incredible rookie year, the stuff that he did in Wrestling Revolver, and now flipping that to he's going to be a part of this brand new thing on AMC, whatever happens to it. And he started as, one of the podcasting video reaction guys, and look where it took him.
Yeah.
Hard work and ingenuity, baby. Appreciate that, Ben. LGR says, sorry, guys, late to the party. Have you guys talked the big news that came out of Stardom?
Yeah, we did talk about Maki Ito signing with Stardom. Yeah, still, I think that's a great spot for her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, going to be great for Stardom. Interesting to see what they do moving forward. I think it's a big deal. Appreciate that, LGR. Grapple Geekery says, Bullet Club, Lucha Underground, and What Culture Pro Wrestling got me back into wrestling. Hopefully it isn't over because I missed those other two fiercely. Biz Cliz for life.
Yeah, it is. It's funny that era of wrestling, and particularly the internet, and like what that did for wrestling. Yeah, I assume that got a lot of people back into wrestling, whether it be Bullet Club or What Culture Pro Wrestling, or even just like What Culture as a YouTube channel. I assume a lot of that had to do with people coming back to wrestling.
Yeah, a lot of this. I worked at Sprint at the time, 2013, 2014, 2015, and like my downtime was spent watching New Japan, watching Lucha Underground, like watching what PWG, what was going to become the next generation, essentially what we're watching now, but like before the time. And like all those things are changing. Grapho Geekery, I mean, a lot of those people that we talked about are the top guys and top stars in the big companies now, so it worked out for them. But like on this level, it's starting to get kind of crazy because everything's changed from what it was.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Graphic Geekery. The homie Reggie Simmons, shout out to Reggie Simmons, says, yo, Reg, when that Grapsody mixtape drop in? LOL, slow and easy, brother. If you ever drop one, it's going to be a banger. Yeah, it's slow motion. I've been working on it for 4 years. I mean, honestly, I haven't rapped in so long. I don't even know what rap is at this point, man. It's an interesting. I've been kind of sitting back and analyzing my 2026, and I'm like, what is rap at this point? But I think I'm getting to a place, so it's coming, Reggie Simmons. I appreciate you, and happy birthday, big dog. The homie just celebrated his 50th birthday, Phil.
Oh, happy birthday, bro.
Mm-hmm. Birthdays, man. Crazy. Mine's is coming up. My big dog is coming up. Appreciate that. Alejandro Reyes says, Cody deep. What's that word?
Are you saying deep throating?
I'm like, maybe it's spelled wrong. Deep throating Drew with the banana was crazy work. When did he do this? I think I missed this scene.
It was during this match. It was during the match last night, I guess. I was so confused at first. I was like, wait, what? What are you saying he did?
I was like, wait, maybe Phil knows this word better than me because I'm not. But I'm like, it looks like deep throating, though.
I think he means like in a Falls Count Anywhere stuff where they're backstage and they're fighting near that big garage door. And it sure seemed like Cody stuffed a banana down Drew's throat.
Listen, it worked out for Drew, so it's all good. Yeah, crazy work though. You know, sometimes that's how it's got to be. Appreciate that, Alejandro. The homie Vin Forte, shout out to Vin, chiming in, says, "Sup, my groupies, listening while watching A Different World on HBO Max. Cuddle, Mary, Dump, Denise, Whitley, Freddie. The people want to know. Cuddle, Mary, Dump. I like that. No kill in this one. I'm marrying Freddie because, like, Cree Summers, that's my homegirl. Like, never forget. Gotta cuddle Denise and dump Whitley, unfortunately. But, like, Lisa Bonet, come on. What do you mean? What's yours, Phil?
Yeah, mine might be the same. I'm gonna marry Denise though, cause listen, man. Listen. This is my chance to be a Huxtable. Like this is my chance to be my extension, a Huxtable. I'm gonna marry Denise, and gonna cuddle Freddie. Yeah, Whitley was just too much, man. She just seemed like she was too much drama, man. Like
she's a lot
difficult.
of drama. She put Dwayne through a lot. Like she put him through something, then he moved on. Then she was like, actually, just kidding. Like, just too much. Like, I don't want to be dealing with all that. Like, mood swings.
Too high maintenance for me.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine? That's the episode of me showing up and on an episode of Cosby Show because I'm married to Denise instead of the Navy homeboy. It's me. Like, yeah.
I can't imagine Bill Cosby greeting you at the front door. Cliff Huxtable greeting Philip Lindsey. Welcome to the family. Yeah. I like how that's immediately where your brain went. You were like, "Not gonna be a Huxtable if I do this, though."
Yes, look, man, I can be on Cosby Show. Yeah, this is it. And I mean, it's Lisa Bonet. I mean, that's also.
I mean, come on. Not wrong. Every time I see Zoe, I'm just like, I can't watch this movie. I can't focus. My life, just come on. Oh, appreciate that, Ben. Good one. RF McCannon says maybe they'll run 3 parts version of Don Callis Family where Andrade's crew, Takeshita Fletcher's crew, and Okada's crew.
Yeah, maybe it splits up into 3 different factions after this. I don't know. It's enough people to go around at this point.
I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot because Don Callis is consistently on my TV. But like when I was younger and coming up, Bobby the Brain Heenan would have a gang of people and he would be in all the segments and he'd be on commentary. And I liked it. I guess that's kind of what Don Callis is doing. But it's a lot. Jake Doyle, who we just talked about, like he debuted in the group. There wasn't even a second where he wasn't Don Callis Family. So it's like, okay. Every single heel, is that's what's going to happen? I don't know.
All of them, I guess. I know.
I'll come to accept it. Grapple Geekery says Don Callis Family has more NWO black and white vibes than Jericho, in my honest opinion. No, because there was a bunch of scrubs. Disrespect to the black and white NWO. You know, it's different. Like these are not NWO black and white guys, you know. So Grapple Geeker also says, but that has its own baggage, like being too big. The Don Callis family, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Grapple Geekery. The homie Leonard Aarons III says, Merry New Year's, folks. Heard that Trip Stale gave Drew a here's the title push. Keep it warm for Cody poke yesterday. LOL NXT with Perez Hilton.
Yeah. Welcome to 2026, everybody. These things are happening. Welcome to 2026. Yeah, coming into this week, the big news. Well, the hope was that maybe they were going to make Braun Breaker champion on January 5th. People seem to very much hate this episode of Raw. Most of the stuff I've seen online has been incredibly negative. They tried to do this Stranger Things crossover, and a lot of people didn't seem to care.
There wasn't really any crossover as a thing.
Yeah, and I know it's, because they're in business with Netflix now, and so you're going to see, things like that with synergy, but people did not like this. I saw a lot of people that are like usual big defenders of WWE. They were like, this is not good. And funny enough, I thought the matches themselves were solid. Like the opening match, the women's tag title match was good. Rhea and Io are the new champions. I think they have such great chemistry with Kabuki Warriors, though, that the match itself ended up being good. There are a few other matches that were fine. The main event was fine. It felt like it went on a little long. I did like the finishing stretch of it. But yeah, Braun Breaker is not champion. CM Punk is still our champion. Yeah, that kind of makes me think that Braun's got to be in a running to win the Royal Rumble or something, because I don't think that they would put so much emphasis on Braun after Seth went down and everything they did, and then not do anything with him.
It's just, we talked about it, Phil. Like, sometimes you just got to do it, man. The moments are here. Everything is where it's at.
Yeah.
And this felt like a time to do it. As the match was going along, I was like, oh, he's not going to do it. Like, as they were building, they got to the bloodline. Everybody comes out, interference bits and things in there. And I was like, oh, that's kind of unfortunate. There was an unfortunate bump that has been most of the contention on the match with the missed top rope Hurricane Rana. That was very dangerous. Good thing that Braun Breaker's okay. He's taken some nasty bumps on the head in the last couple of months. But yeah, CM Punk ended up hitting him with a couple of go to sleeps, and he actually went to sleep, and it was like, okay, after that amazing promo that he did a couple of weeks ago, building this match and how what he was locked into, Phil, I thought we were at a good place, but WWE is still WWE, and if you ain't 40, don't even talk to me.
Yeah, so I thought maybe they would just pull the trigger and put the belt on Braun. They're not. CM Punk is still champion. And then the title change that I didn't expect, we end up getting that one because we got Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre and a 3 Stages of Hell match on SmackDown. I completely forgot that SmackDown was back to 3 hours until I sat down to watch it, and I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, wasn't thrilled about that.
A long show, Phil.
But yeah, they dedicated the last hour of the show to this 3 Stages of Hell match. This is really a Triple H specialty. Triple H has done 3 Stages of Hell match multiple times throughout his career. They even referenced
the recap.
Yeah, they even recapped all of his matches before the match started. But I thought the match was pretty good until the finish, which we'll get into in a sec. So we get, the way the 3 Stages of Hell goes. It's a straightforward match, then a Falls Count Anywhere match, and then a steel cage match. So Drew ends up winning the first stage of Hell by low blowing Cody. Then he hits him with a Claymore, 1, 2, 3. He picks up the first pinfall. Then we get into the Falls Count Anywhere match. That's where my man noticed Cody's shenanigans with this banana. They were fighting all backstage. Cody does a splash off of like the balcony down into a table. Thought that looked pretty good. I mean, like I said, the match itself was going pretty good. I think this is probably the best out of their matches they've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Drew tries to hit him with that Claymore through the commentary table that started this feud. Cody ends up hitting him with the Crossroads instead through the commentary table, pins him. He gets the second pinfall. Then we get into the steel cage match. Like I said, still going pretty good. Cody hits a super Cody cutter off the top of the cage that I thought was dope. Even some of the stuff in the ring during the cage, I was like, okay, so far so good. Then we get the return of Jacob Fatu. He comes out, he's in a hoodie and a mask, so you won't know. I don't know why we have to keep doing that, but whatever. Jacob Fatu is back in the mix. If you remember from last year, Jacob Fatu got attacked backstage. This was before he had to go out, I believe, to get some dental work done or something like that. So he's bleeding from the mouth. They're trying to sell that, and we never found out who attacked him, but Jacob clearly thinks that it was Drew McIntyre. So as Drew is trying to get out of the door to cage, Jacob is attacking him. He's fighting him into the ring. Cody tried to fight him off, and then he turns around and starts fighting Cody for some reason. So they're fighting, and the whole time they're fighting, Drew slinks out of the ring. Drew McIntyre is the new WWE, undisputed WWE champion.
Yeah.
I really didn't like this finish, guys. I thought it was incredibly stupid. I thought this finish was very stupid. And like I said, it's so messed up because I thought the match was good up to that point. And then when the finish happened, I was like, why did they do that? Why? And I get it.
Why did he do the hoodie thing if he just looked at him? Like, it wasn't like a surprise. Like, he did the hoodie thing to just take it immediately off and start. I was like, okay, I don't understand what's going on here. And then he just, like, his attack on Drew was just stomps. Like, it wasn't like he beat him down. Like, he was just like lighting him up in the corner. Then he starts fighting Cody, and you're like, oh no, Drew's slowly crawling out. Oh no. And then he slinks onto the floor, and it's like, escape the cage, Phil. I don't really like, if we're in a blood feud and we're supposed to do this, like, shouldn't it end inside this locked cage that nobody can get into? We've had a bunch of cage matches in the last 4 or 5 months, and all of them have been escaped. It's like, what's the point of this?
My problem with this feud since WrestlePalooza has really been, you've put Drew in this spot now where now he's wrestled Cody so many times. Eventually he has to win.
Yes.
Because if he doesn't win, he just looks toothless. He just looks like he's not a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time you got to the second match, I was like, boy, we giving Drew this win or not? And it turns out, no, we didn't give him the win the second time. So we get all the way to this match, and I was like, okay, I don't really believe that he's going to win because it still seems like they don't want to pin Cody. And I was right. They don't want to pin Cody because they did this gutless finish, and they did this stupid scenario with Jacob Fatu, so you didn't have to pin him. And I think because of that, this doesn't really help Drew. I think Drew, of course, got the win, but nothing about this tells me that Drew is going to stay champion until WrestleMania. And I could be wrong. But this definitely feels like, okay, he got one over on Cody. Cody's eventually going to beat him, whether it be a Royal Rumble or, it can't be a Royal Rumble because they set up on the same night. They're doing matches next week on SmackDown to set up a Fatal 4-Way to announce the number one contender for Royal Rumble. So it can't be a Royal Rumble, but it could be Backlash or somewhere. Sorry, not Backlash, Elimination Chamber, somewhere else after that. But yeah, nothing about this finish told me, okay, Drew is in a better position now. He's going to walk into WrestleMania as champion, and this is it. Maybe Drew walks in as champion, and we're going to go forward with Sammy challenging him. That could be interesting, but I'm not really confident in that after this finish.
Why can't Drew McIntyre just look like a strong fucking heel champion, Phil, is the question that I have. I'm like, why did they got him like I understand, like this is a concept that's been used before. The fucking swarmy heel outsmarts the baby face and slides out. But Drew McIntyre's been like, I want to beat your ass until you're lifeless and then take your championship. And that's not like what the vibes were. And it doesn't really go along with the character that he's presenting. I mean, there's some good elements to this. A lot of people wanted Drew McIntyre to get a big win, but the way that he did it is going to weigh heavy because most people that I saw talking about it were like, this was not that great.
I wanted Drew to win as well eventually, but I was
like this.
I was not a fan of this finish. Jacob's involvement, and this is another reason why I think Cody's just going to win the belt back. Jacob's involvement kind of tells me that we're headed towards Cody having a confrontation with Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be just wrong here, but something about this is telling me that this is heading towards Cody Roman 3. And
they've been planting seeds.
Yeah, they've been kind of planting the seeds of that really since Survivor Series, probably longer.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in a third match, but I feel like that's where we're going. And doing this finish and adding Jacob into the mix kind of feels like the way to kind of start more building towards that. But what a clumsy way to do it. I don't know.
So what? Roman wants his win back or what? Like, what is this?
Yeah, Roman wants his belt back. That's really what this is. Yeah.
He's a part-time wrestler. He's even more part-time than when he was there, though.
Yeah. I would love it if they did something completely out of left field and did like maybe Drew versus Jacob at WrestleMania for the championship, or like Jacob versus Cody, something else. But I don't believe that that's the case. I do believe we're getting probably Cody versus Roman 3.
What happens to Sammy?
I don't know, because Sammy has been continuing to cut the promos that he wants to be champion. Sammy is in the mix in the matches set up for SmackDown, so he has a chance to compete in the Fatal 4-Way. I'm going to assume that Sammy is going to win the 4-Way, and he's going to get the match at Royal Rumble against Drew.
Oh, and then you don't have to have him win the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Oh, and I keep the fucking elephant in the room. How could we forget? They're building a fucking stadium for this event in fucking Saudi Arabia. So, like, what?
Yeah. All this time, Sammy has been my pick to win the Royal Rumble, but now I feel like it's probably going to be Sammy versus Drew at Royal Rumble, and I think there's a very good chance that Braun Breaker is going to win the Royal Rumble.
To challenge Punk again?
I guess so. Yeah. I still think they should have just gone with Cody Punk this year instead, but
yeah.
Maybe we're heading in a completely different direction. Maybe Cody is going to head into WrestleMania and challenge Punk. I don't know, but I don't.
Seems like Rollins fucked some things up. Like this was gonna be the year of Rollins and Roman, huh?
Sure seems like it.
Fuck.
Sure seems like this was finally gonna be the year, and then he got injured. He's still talking like there's a chance he could be ready by April. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Oh, well, this changes things, but yeah, I don't see Drew McIntyre making it to WrestleMania with that championship. I think is the moral of this story.
Yeah, he's back to doing his tweeting. Like he had the championship in his picture, and now he's doing the no longer bored at work because he's champion. And I just don't know why he can't just be a straightforward heel. He does such great heel work, and it feels like they keep pressing the repeat button. Like when he came out last night and he was wearing the Rolex, I was like, okay, so we're still doing the similar things where you take somebody's trinket, and I don't think you need to do that. I think this is This is fairly simple. I don't think you need to overthink this.
And Drew's so talented in that aspect of just straight. He could be an old school heel and turn this whole thing upside down, but they think they have to add little extra bits to it.
Yeah. But yeah, I was surprised how much I actually enjoyed the match. I do think this is the best match that Cody and Drew have had out of this most recent feud, but boy, did I not like that finish. I did not like it, guys. Sorry.
The hoodie reveal, Phil. We gotta retire it, dog. This is it. We've exhausted every hoodie reveal option there is. Let's wrap this shit up, dude.
But see, that's also why I said you could see the sprinkles of Cody Roman coming, because a guy in a hoodie costing Cody the championship.
Oh my god. That sucks. They're just gonna do it again. I mean, I guess that they love trilogies and things like that, Phil, so it makes sense, but I don't think it's gonna the heat is not gonna be the same as it was for the last two.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we get a reveal that Jacob did that on purpose because he is working for Roman.
I could see it. That's gonna be boring.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs some people on his side now. He doesn't have the Usos, he doesn't have Solo and all the others. They're doing the My Family Tree thing, so putting Jacob with Roman makes a ton of sense.
Usos are the WWE Tag Team Champions again. People seem to be very upset that they only come out to Jey Uso's song. That's like the biggest complaint I seem to continuously see.
Well, I mean, it's not just him anymore. It's not just you anymore. It's you and your brother.
It's not just you, Us. It's two of y'all.
It seems pretty selfish. He's coming out and still doing the yeets and being, it's just me, Us. No, it's not. You're standing there with your brother.
It seems pretty selfish. It's hella funny. We're still doing your little taunt, dude. Like, we can't make up one for the team. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I did think Jimmy's hat and hoodie that he came out with on Monday was hard. He had like the San Francisco colors, like the black and orange. He had the Us on there, then he had the matching hoodie. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
Shout out to Jim representing Bay Area always. It never stops. Big time.
Yeah, but it is pretty funny that they still come out to Jay's entrance music because it's over and they're going to keep doing the entrance, but it makes absolutely no sense for them to use it as a tag team because it's really Jay's thing as a singles wrestler.
Mm-hmm. But they can't stop their thing, Phil. They would never. This is a cash cow. Yeet, all that. They're not going to stop that because the Usos are back.
No, they're going to keep doing it.
They could defy logic and let it happen. It's fine.
Yeah, he's gotta change the words. They just gotta have Jimmy come in towards the end. He's like, it's just me, Oos. No, it's us. Jay won. It's just me, Oos. Us. They won. It's
just a little voiceover. No, it's us.
Okay. Yeah, he just throw his ad-libs over it. All right.
It's just me. Oos.
We.
No, it's us.
Us.
Whoo, that's funny. But yeah, Drew McIntyre and Triple H did it again. TV title change. It's his favorite trope at this point. He will not let one of these titles change hands at a PLE, brother. I tell you what.
That's his favorite. Like, that's his favorite card to throw out now. That's what he's got up his sleeve every time. Like, oh, I got a TV title change for you guys. Big moment.
And I love how it's always like the talk about Monday was people were upset, and it always feels like he's like, I got a reward for you though on Friday. There's gonna be a TV title change. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, going with Drew winning the title this week instead of Braun is an interesting choice. When you're still hearing a lot of this criticism about WWE having an age problem, and you decide the young guy needs to lose, and then you make Drew champion. That's an interesting choice. And I mean, again, Drew, I think Drew has been overdue another world title run, and
Yeah.
Clearly he's been still trying to get this big win in front of a live crowd, and he got that in Berlin. I think he's only the second WWE champion to win in a non-American show.
Mm.
I think
Is
AJ
AJ
Styles,
the other one? Yeah, AJ's the other one.
AJ Styles beat Jinder Mahal, of course, in
Mhm.
Manchester, and then there's of course the match from last night.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just not confident that this means Drew is going to walk into WrestleMania as champion. I still think that we're heading towards Cody being champion or Roman returning. Something is going to happen here where we're going to get to Roman Cody 3.
It just immediately thought back to Drew and fucking Tyson Fury singing in the ring, and like, oh, remember they had that moment and they didn't take it.
Yeah, that was definitely a choice.
But yeah, Drew got a big moment. The crowd was fucking hot for this last night. They liked seeing Drew get a big win, even though he's a heel. Like, I think this is a moment that he definitely deserved. It's just a weird way to get there.
Yeah. It took him a while to get past it too. That whole sinking after losing thing. That was that was a choice.
Feuding with CM Punk really helped that. I think really changed that perception. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
who would have thought? But yeah, congrats to Drew.
Yeah. Earlier in the night, we had Randy Orton being confronted by one and only Trick Williams. Trick Williams is one of a handful of NXT call-ups recently. It seems like we're going to see more of them. We got a few Fightful Select reports about other wrestlers that could be coming up soon. Jordan Grace also signed her SmackDown contract last night. I think Jordan Grace in particular makes a lot of sense where the SmackDown women's division is right now, where it kind of feels like they're a little snake bitten every time they get ready to build up somebody to do like a one-off match or something or challenge Jade. They get injured because it seemed like they were heading in that direction with BFAB, and maybe BFAB was going to have a storyline with Jade Cargill, and then BFAB got injured. Then they were going to do something with Mia Yim, and then she got injured. So it's like, yeah, we kind of need some more wrestlers up here to wrestle Jade. And so when Jade confronted Jordan after her match with Alba Fire, it made a ton of sense. I was like, okay, great. And that match could be fire. I think with like the two powerhouses going head to head, I think that could be a good match. Jade definitely needs something at this point because she hasn't had many defenses. And then it just seems like it's just bad luck with some of the people that have got injured. You can't even run back the Tiffany Stratton match, which please don't run back that match. But you didn't even have that as an option because it seems like Tiffany is injured as well.
I think this just goes along with how we talked about Jordan Grace before, Phil, and her being, she could have immediately went to the main roster. The fact that they trust her so much to when they immediately called her up, they're already like world title contender. The champion is confronting you and not the other way around. And the way that they've kind of used Jade in the moment and who they've trusted her with, and they trust her with Jordan Grace because Jordan Grace can fucking ball. Like, it says a lot about who she is and what she's about to bring to this division. Like, she might be work more than the other call-ups, and as an immediate thing. Like, it's going to take time for Javon. It's going to take time for Oba, I think, to get established because that's how the company works. But I think, like, as an immediate contender and immediate impact on the division, Jordan Grace gives up those vibes for sure.
Yes. Javon Evans also signed with Raw on Monday, so he's officially moved up to the main roster as well.
Unbelievable, man.
He's got to start winning, though. And this was kind of my issue with the way that they were using him on NXT. It's like they're doing it. They're telling us, hey, this guy is next up. They're putting him in big matches, but he loses a lot. And even when they brought him up and they were putting him in appearances on the main roster, he still was losing. It's like, okay, well, he got to win some matches, too. I would like to see this guy beat somebody. So, yeah, but I think, man, sky's the limit with that guy, man. He's so incredibly talented. He's so dynamic. Hopefully they have something figured out for him. Sure seems like Obafemi is going to be coming up soon as well. After his NXT Championship match on Wednesday, he left his title in the ring, vacated the championship. This
Hated it.
this didn't make sense because he just won the championship back from Ricky Saints,
Why?
and he had a match with Leon Slater on Wednesday. He of course successfully defended the belt, and then afterwards he just left the belt in the ring, and then they confirmed the next day that he did indeed vacate the belt. I don't understand why we did this. I don't understand why you took the belt off Ricky if you were just going to do that. If it was just to do the match at Saturday Night Main Event, Oba didn't need to be champion to do that. You could have just brought him up and had an exhibition match with Cody. What it kind of feels
that
like
shit finish they did too. You guys like what?
yeah. What it kind of feels like, because they do this pretty often, is they brought him up. They saw the reaction he got at Saturday Night Main Event. It was like, oh, people really like this guy. We need him over here. And so then now we got to get him out of the second NXT title reign that we just booked him in. How do we do that? Oh, just have him drop the belt.
He's too big because he's now on the main roster to lose to anybody in NXT. It's like they've done it with Keith Lee before. Like we've seen it happen in situations. And let me tell you, I fucking hate it. How are you gonna? They gave him 2 opportunities to lose. He could have lost to Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints could have kept the belt, and that would have made sense. Just continue that thing. And then it would have been for your partnership. What a kind of cool moment for somebody from the other squad winning the belt, going into their debut on a big network. That could have hit pretty hard, but instead, he just beat him. And then he left his fucking belt in the ring, Phil. You guys.
Yeah.
Why?
Was not a fan of this at all. It's especially because he did it right after the match. So it made the match feel like it was pointless. It made it feel like everything up to that point was pointless. And like I said, you had Ricky going in a direction. Ricky turned heel after this, and it seemed like they were going to go back to Ricky and Oba or something. And now Oba just vacated the belt. I didn't really understand this, but Oba is clearly somebody that the fans are very excited about. There's a lot of anticipation for him to come up and have a big run on the main roster. And I really feel like he got up there in Saturday Night Main Event in front of that crowd in Washington, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got something. This guy, we gotta fast track this." But how did you not already know that? There's a really funny clip of Alvarez and Meltzer talking about it, and Alvarez is just like, "Why did they do this? Did they not watch their own show?" And it's just like it kind of feels like there is a bit of a disconnect here. Where how did you not see that this guy is already incredibly over with your audience? When he came back and did the promo at Madison Square Garden show and the way that crowd reacted to him, how did you not see it then?
Yeah, they be acting like, because the news keeps coming out like officials are really impressed by a Saturday night's main event showing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they're acting like they saw him for the first time that day. He's been the champion of their brand. He's been in the crowd of Raw. Like he's been doing all kinds of stuff as NXT champion, and they're acting like this guy's brand new and they have to change all the rules of what happens. Yeah, very confusing thing, but where do you because we've talked about it a lot of times with Oba, Phil. People are like, Royal Rumble win, WrestleMania, do all the things. Where do you think he's not in contention to win the Royal Rumble, is he?
I do think that this means he's going to be an entrant in the Royal Rumble, of course, but I don't think he's going to win, of course.
No.
I don't know where this leads for him next year. I think he's got options, but just having him vacate the belt and enter the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant, I do think that's going to get him a great reaction. But yeah, people are still, putting their expectations way too high. I've seen people already like he's got to enter the Rumble and win and go to WrestleMania and be champion. They're not going to do it that fast.
No.
I just don't see that happening. But they've really got something in Oba. I hope they understand that.
And Javon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I hope they see that, but wasn't the biggest fan of this whole vacating the title thing, especially because, like I said, he did it right after the match. If he did it like on the next episode of NXT, okay, but it just immediately made you feel like, okay, why did I sit here and watch this entire match if this guy don't want to be champion?
Right? He's fought valiantly and did all this for the championship, but actually, no, not really. I'm just leaving it. Well, why don't you just let the kid
Psych.
win? Or I don't really understand. I didn't understand what was going on, but they've done this before. They don't want to. Wins and losses don't matter until they matter, and it's just very confusing to me.
Yeah. Surprisingly, after that whole debacle with Blake Monroe and Thea Hale, Izzy Dame beat Thea Hale this week. Izzy Dame is the new NXT Women's North American Champion. Given that report from Sean that Blake Monroe is main roster bound, it seems like that's really how they're gonna move on from that situation. Instead of just putting the belt back on Blake Monroe, it seems like Blake is just gonna move on to the main roster. Blake is already main roster ready.
Yep.
So I'm assuming maybe this whole situation with the belt and Thea Hale maybe sped it up. I don't know, but yeah, when I saw that news this week that Izzy Dame is champion, I was like, oh, okay. So we're not going back to Blake. We're not just gonna let Thea hold the belt for a while and get something out of this.
Nope.
We're just gonna move on Izzy. Okay.
Yep.
I guess.
That being your lasting memory, Phil, when we look back on what you did at the end of your NXT run, and it's that. I mean, I'd probably try to counteract with something else just so we have one lasting thing. But like you said, she is very main roster bound. She could have went immediately to the main roster from AEW if given the opportunity, but they let her establish herself. And I think she established herself even more for the main roster. So this makes a lot of sense. It's just a wild way to leave NXT.
Yeah. So, and report could be wrong. We've seen other reports of, a lot of people were chasing the Jericho scoop this week. So the report could be wrong. Blake could be staying put. But I did think it was very strange that they moved straight to putting the belt on Izzy Dame, and we're not putting the belt back on Blake. Maybe Blake is going to eventually challenge for the main belt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were immediately like, this is over, though. Interesting stuff. I didn't expect Jericho to show. Jericho's a Royal Rumble thing. Like, I don't even know why people thought that they would pull this guy up on Raw. Like, I mean, they were talking about it was going to be a big episode, but they always be saying that. We know they're going to save their stuff like this for that now.
Yeah. Yeah. Lindsey God is saying SRS said that Blake is coming up, but not immediately. The only reason why I said it's probably happening soon is because of the stuff with Izzy Dame this week, because I don't really understand what we're doing with her. If you're not putting the North American Championship back on her after that, what's the move now?
It has to be the challenge for the main title, like maybe at the WrestleMania weekend show or something, because it just moving on and being like, oh, she's that's it is. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah. You think she's gonna beat JC Jane then?
Yeah. Potentially. I mean, I would call her up, but if you're gonna keep her down there, it would make sense.
Yeah.
What about Ricky Starks? How long do you think Ricky Starks is gonna be down there?
Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. There's nothing really left for him to do down there. That's the big problem. And we've talked about this more than once now, and this is also why I'm kind of concerned with Oba just vacating the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Who's left down there other than Ricky to win that belt? And then even if Ricky wins the vacant belt back, who is there for him to feud with? There's nobody. You've moved Javon on. You've moved Trick Williams on.
Mm-hmm.
There's just Ethan Page, and Ethan Page is North American champion. You've got maybe the Dark State guys. that really where you want to move with your main title? Tavion Heights? It's getting kind of spooky down there.
Nobody feels like those are all good wrestlers, nothing against them, but they don't feel like the NXT champion. Nobody feels like they're right there on the cusp. Besides like Leon Slater, you can include, but he works for TNA and he probably would be on the main roster before there too. So it's like, I don't know who's going to be down there to continue on this men's heavyweight division. It's looking grim, but this is kind of the problem they continuously run into down there at NXT.
Yeah. I don't know what direction they're going to go in now. Because they don't. I mean, they just brought Tony D'Angelo back. I know. Mm-hmm. And who else is down there?
Charlie Dempsey. I was to say Lexington King, Lexus King.
Lexington King. Lexington King is hilarious. I mean, you got Charlie Dempsey down there, but I don't think he's ready for you to make like the main champion and put this whole brand on his back. You've got a few guys down there that can wrestle well, but I don't think any of them are ready to be in a spot that Oba was.
No, I can't think of one guy. Josh Briggs.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got a bunch of guys that you could probably eventually build up, but then you don't have a ton of opponent for him either.
No, not at all. I mean, I guess like they could run the Ethan Page and Ricky thing for some months, and that'll maybe build somebody up underneath that. But how far can you really stretch that?
Yeah. See, at least with the women, you have more depth, and they're inevitably going to move Kendall Gray over.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall Gray is going to be women's champion really soon. Like,
oh yeah,
that's happening this year, I believe.
The women's division, like with Evolve and LFG, is super strong. I think it's way stronger than the men's division, so they're gonna have a problem figuring it out over there. But yeah, I see the way that I see people talk about Kendall Gray. It's only a matter of time, Phil.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Joe Hendry's down there. So.
Oh, right. Joe Hendry. He's not main roster?
No. He'll probably be in the Rumble, but again, are you going to make Joe Hendry NXT champion? It make him the face of the brand. Like at this point, like if that's your main feud going into the middle of this year, Ricky versus Joe Hendry, that's the move.
Ricky and Joe Hendry on top?
I don't know, man. Gotta make some moves. I don't know.
Ricky, Joe Hendry, and Ethan Page. I mean, those are three main roster guys, but like for NXT, I don't know how that's gonna pan out.
No, going from Oba and having matches with like Javon Evans and Leon Slater to go into that, I don't know about that, bro.
Tony fumbled it,
but this is the problem that I assumed that they were gonna have for a while because they didn't have the other men.
They didn't build anybody.
They didn't have anybody else ready, and that's why I was kind of concerned. And now you're moving guys up quick. I think honestly, Javon probably could have stayed down there a little bit longer and got like a big title win. I'm not mad at him moving to the main roster, but he definitely could have stayed down there a bit longer. So you got, bro, you moved all of the guys of note. Trick Williams. Bro, it was weird watching it last night. I was like, Trick Williams is in here cutting a promo on Randy Orton. I was like, and he was doing well. Salute to him. He was doing well. I think like the crowd wasn't reacting that well to him, but he's still new to the audience. So, I mean, they knew his entrance. When he came out there, they were definitely chanting, whoop that Trick.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to take some. I think he's going to be a little bit slower to really get the fans behind him than Javon and Oba, but they're already kind of understanding. He has to continue to guide them to where they need to be. But yeah, big move for him. I mean, Randy Orton is Randy Orton. You starting your main roster career across the ring from him. That's a big deal.
Yeah. Speaking of, right after that, he had the match with Ray Phoenix. Hey, what they doing, Phoenix, dog? What's going on? Hey, what's happening here, dog?
He came out. Randy Orton was doing an autograph while he was walking to the ring, and I was just like, this guy was my favorite luchador in the entire world, hands down, at a time.
Bro.
And they team his brother up with anybody, Phil. They'll like Rey Mysterio. Who's back here to team up with Penta? That's not Rey Fenix.
I just don't know why they won't just put him with Penta and do some Lucha Bros matches. I know they want to establish Penta as a singles guy, and Penta is definitely the more popular of the two right now. But, bro, Phoenix just over there, bro. He just over there on SmackDown just doing whatever, man. Like, I just don't get it.
He's just over there, Phil. Like, this isn't the way it should be, especially with the tag division is kind of, there's some interesting things happening right now on both brands, I think. But like thinking of like the Lucha Bros, the Usos are back together, New Day still doing their thing, and the Lucha Bros could exist in that same universe, and they're just like, nah. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is going
on? I don't really get it, but yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns work here.
I keep
whatever happened to Santos Escobar?
No, there's so many wrestlers over there that I'm just like, listen, we're still doing this fake luchador gimmick with Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and you've got Ray Phoenix over there. You've got the Garzas over there. You've got so many other options. Like, where? I don't know.
You have real luchadors, and they're fucking some of the best luchadors in the world, and they're just scrubs on your TV show.
Yeah, you're still doing this MFT feud with the Wyatts. Yeah, I just you got good tag teams over there. I'm so confused. And of course, I'm not saying that to say that, oh, you've got good tag teams. Why are you using these bad tag teams? But why are you doing this feud still at this point when you've got so many other teams? I just don't understand what's happening here. Why? Mm-hmm. The MFT guys are still coming out with the makeup on, and it's just like, what?
Every time I see Jeff Cobb with that makeup, I'm like, that's Jeff Cobb. You know, like, what's happening? SmackDown is in ruins, Philip Lindsey.
That's why I came away thinking, oh, you guys really didn't like SmackDown. I mean, Raw, huh? I was like, I thought it was all right. SmackDown, I was like, oh, a lot of this is not good.
It was an early show, too. It's just, that show drags, you guys.
3 hours, dog. It's long. 3 hours. Oh.
Listen, I'll never get into regular wrestling weekly shows being 3 hours. It's just a long time. PLEs and pay-per-views, I understand, but like the Monday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday show, 2 hours, man. Come on.
Yeah. Now, Tronlin, I don't think Phoenix has fell off. I just think that he's in a rut with the way they're using him. I don't think the matches are really the matches aren't really showcasing what he does well. Because it'd be one thing if he was coming out there and showing out and then losing. But I don't even think the matches are much to write home about either.
Right. It's not like Javon Evans, like you were describing, Phil. Like Javon loses most of his matches, but he loses them in spectacular fashion. It's not like that for Phoenix. He just gets beaten and that's it.
It just feels like it's just like, oh, this is the spot to put Phoenix on a card, and then he loses, and that's it. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing with him. I don't know why they won't just put him in a tag team. If you're not going to put him in a tag team, then do something else. I mean, you're doing this whole AAA relationship. I don't know.
Somebody brought up the clip of him and Kenny where Kenny catches him upside down in the fucking Tiger Driver 91, and I was like, damn, we used to be a proper country here with this, but eventually they'll team him up with this brother and all will be well. They're just taking the long fucking way around to get into it.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do, how long Dominic Mysterio is going to be out, because Dominic Mysterio is reportedly injured. It seems like it might not be a serious injury because they haven't addressed any of the titles he's holding. So maybe he'll be back soon. I don't know, but bro, you've got a wealth of talent over there, and I don't know what they're doing with a lot of people.
They're waiting for their Wrestler of the Year, Dominic Mysterio, to come back, Phil. Like, all the plans are on him. WWE Male Wrestler of the Year, he put in work. Nobody was even close to him. #1 across the board.
If you guys did not see what my co-host is trying to be funny about, Dominic Mysterio was named Male Wrestler of the Year by ESPN. And more than one person tried to say, Phil, did you see this? Because they know that I think this is terrible. And I just, I don't know where we got out of this place where it was okay to tell the truth. But it's okay to tell the truth. And I think Dom is great at what he does. But this hype that we're doing with him, we have to stop it.
Propaganda.
Enough. And I say we loosely because it ain't me. No. It is not Reg. Bro, wrestling media folks, we've got to stop this Dom hype. We have to. Enough. Stop.
It feels like propaganda, Phil, because every time it comes out, everybody's like, yep, see another one. I told you. And I'm like, no, you didn't tell me anything and you haven't confirmed anything.
We've got to cut it out, bro. There's no way he's Male Wrestler of the Year. Like the other wrestlers that you're naming, the Banditos, the Konosuke Takeshita's, he ain't even the best wrestler of the year in his company. Like what are we doing?
Not even close. In his own company, in his own faction. Get out of come on, dude.
No.
They said it around every turn though.
You can't name me a single great Dom match from last year. You can't name me a single house that he sold. You can't name me anything that he was used to draw. He wasn't main event of any pay-per-views. What are we talking about? Like I am not gonna have this rant. You're not gonna make me do this. No. Stop this though. Stop these lies. Cut it out. Stop.
I did see a bunch of people on the internet be like, I wonder if Phil saw this. No, he saw it.
No, we've got to cut it out, man. We've got to stop it, dog. Like it's okay to be like, I think Dom is entertaining. I like where he's at, but like this hype is just getting ridiculous, bro.
It's too much. Nah, it's too much. And like the people that they're putting him over, I'm like, as a future prospect, like this business, like WWE is going to run through Dominic Mysterio. But right now, you guys are doing way too much. It's too much.
We have to stop, man.
Of the year, Phil, the Intercontinental Champion of WWE was the Male Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah. Even they named Stephanie Vaquer a Women's Wrestler of the Year. I don't think that's as egregious.
No.
But I don't agree with that either.
No.
But it isn't nearly as egregious as Dom.
At least she has like the accolades to back it up and the stuff like milestones. He just like gets heat and shows that he's on sometimes. And like,
well, Reg
kind of
not. He does have accolades because he's the current Intercontinental Champion and AAA Mega Champion. So.
People don't give a goddamn about that Intercontinental Championship. You could say something about the AAA belt, but and then like it's starting to get to a point where like Baron Corbin used to have this same kind of heat, dog. Like sometimes WWE fans are like, we know now this is our cue to boo. This is the boo guy, not because he's eliciting these crazy heat emotions. It's just who he is now. We know to boo this guy. You got me in rant mode now. I'm like, Phil. I get it. That's Rey Mysterio's kids. You're right. But like, relax.
People thought I was crazy that episode before all of this when somebody said this person is the almost overrated wrestler in the world. And I said, no, they're not. It's Dom. And some people were like, oh, that's a bad take. And I was like, okay, you guys will see it. And since then, he's been named the top wrestler under 30 and male wrestler of 2025. Was I wrong in saying he's the most overrated wrestler in the world? I don't think that was. But again, you're not going to get me to go on this rant. You're not going to get me to do it. You're not good. But like, I tried to warn you guys. I tried.
When we did the PWI list, we were on like, hey, Dom's can be number one. Like, no, it wasn't. Like, I don't. And that list cares about that shit. And we still weren't like, it's Dom. Because, like, what, dude?
Dude, if the reaction I had to Zack Sabre being under Joe Hendry, if I looked at that list and Dom was ranked over Zack Sabre Jr., you'd have been getting messages like, "Hey, tell your co-host to chill out." like.
Like, hey, what's up with your man's? Nah, he just didn't like it, dog. It's all good. But yeah, most overrated. Send your hate mail to at Grapsody if you'd like. But we're standing behind it. I'm sticking to it. Like, I don't think it's even close either.
Yeah, we gotta chill. Again, if you like the guy, I feel you. But come on.
Like, he could be included when we're talking about best under 30, but the best under 30, we gotta relax. Yeah. The best wrestler of the year, I don't even think he should be included in that, but like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, all right, let's wrap this up. We're done with 2025 or not? We finish or we done?
This is it. Bad takes. I just thought of Maul's bad takes, and I'm like, if we had time to get into how bad Maul's takes are.
Remember at one point when they ended their podcast and most people felt bad for them and they hated Joe, and Joe was the villain of all of these things. Joe might have been right, guys. Joe might have been right about this guy all along. Yeah, because a lot of terrible takes. That clip I saw of him recently where he was saying how he can't put Andre 3000 in his top 5 because he hasn't had a great solo album. I was just like, what are you talking? Why does that matter? Just think of like, this isn't a great comparison because a lot of those guys have solo albums, but just think of like Wu-Tang and what we consider Wu-Tang as this murderer's row of like some of the best New York rappers ever. Are you going to just say, oh, well, they're a part of a group, so we can't count them? And yeah, they do have solo albums. That probably will be his response. Like, well, Ghostface got solo albums or Meth got solo albums, but it just doesn't matter. If you're just looking at the body of work of Andre 3000 versus. No. When you look at how there was a whole group of people that tried to replicate the closest thing he's had in a solo album in Love Below.
Yeah.
No, that's just a bad take.
Such a bad take, and I hated his reasoning of that. He didn't have a solo album, and it's not fair to put him in the same. Why is it not fair? Niggas is all about bars. It's all bars, and his bars are just as or better than most of the greatest rappers, so that's why people include him in this list. I hate that. So we don't include the Outkast albums? Like, what do the Outkast albums mean then if we're not including that? Because it's a team. Like, can't stand behind that. I think that like that happens for me with Prodigy too. It's like Prodigy should be included in a lot of these lists, but they don't because he was in a group. Black Thought should be included in a lot of these lists, but they don't because he's a group. But like, if it's all about the bars, why are we not including them?
And I think this immediately falls apart because if it was just, oh, well, he's part of a collective. No, most people think that Andre is the best rapper of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like he's just jumping on some songs with Big Boy and
he's there.
Oh, he's there, so you can't call it. No, he's largely considered the best rapper out of that group. He's largely considered one of the best Southern rappers ever. Just terrible take.
I'm tired of contrarian takes just to have a take because like. And he's like, it was on me. I'm like, what are you even talking about? Just say what you want to say. Like, it's fine to say Hove is the greatest. You don't have to take everybody else out with that on the way up there.
Yeah, I happened to see that clip where he was talking about the Nicki stuff last night, and I was just like, yeah,
horrible.
We can leave Maul off the timeline for a while. It's okay.
I think we're good here.
It's okay.
I think we're good.
We got some super chats and humper chats to get into before we get out of here. Probably the last call for both. Send us your super chats. You can also send us a humper chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Yeah, we kind of have a lot. Shout out to everybody submitting super chats today. Y'all have been great. What an amazing way to start the year. We always appreciate your love and support, and it's going off today. Really appreciate you guys. The homegirl Bianca Leia says, afternoon, gentlemen. I'm at MagFest, the video game / music festival. Met Matthew Botchamania, who's a nice guy. AEW viewing party was great. Maki Ito and Stardom will run crazy. And Willow 2 Belts warms my heart.
Yeah, shout out to Matthew.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. I've been trying to get one of those Botchamania intros. Let your boy do one, Matthew. I'm a day one Botchamania fan. A lot of these people are brand new Botchamania fans. I've been here since Botchamania #1, brother, when it was a different person running the account. Some people probably don't even know that. Shout out to Bianca. I hope you're having a great time at MagFest. I want to get out to some things this year. Vegas is packed up. Phil, are you coming to Vegas? Have we talked about this?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go. Mostly because I want to go to this. At the very least, I want to go to this New Japan show and then the Stardom show. So I'll probably go. I was just talking to a friend of the show, Emilio. I was like, "Are you going to Vegas this year?" And he was like, "I might go." He had reasons he didn't want to go last year. Seems like he's going. I don't know.
It's different this year. Bring the gang this year. Everybody needs to come to Vegas. Yeah, I think I'm on my way. They keep lining up these events. I might have some commentary gigs this year, so I'm excited about it. It's going to be different. The other Mikey V says, opinions on Dynamite ring being a Super Bowl ring. I think it's great, and more titles like the Continental should be a trophy and a title shot.
Yeah, I like it. I'm glad that we've moved out of that era of MJF just winning it every year, so it actually feels like it matters.
Yeah, good place to be at. Too many belts, Phil. Like I'm not usually on the too many belts clan, but it could get a little bit muddied up. Like if this was also a belt, so I do like it's a ring. We should have different props that represent winning things because they all don't have to be belts.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, Mikey V. Grapple Geekery says Bullet Club was what NWO could have been without Hogan, or the finger poke never happened, and Nash beat Hogan. Wolfpack was as tweeners was wasted.
Yeah, well, we'll never know. We'll never know what it would have been without Hogan.
We'll never know. And I think I'm on with Phil of like, I don't think this is the end for the Bullet Club. I think we're gonna hear some more in these coming weeks. Vin Fortage also chimes in and says, Phil, if you're gonna be on the Cosby Show, you got to get old man Dabness up out of there.
I already know I got a better line than the Dabness, man. They had Dabness on TV looking crazy.
Now, in this scenario, are you transported back to the 80s and the early 90s? Like, are you in that phase, or is it now Cosby Show?
Well, I would hope I'm just gonna get transported back into the 80s and everything, and yeah, I just show up in just like a sweater and everything, just like everybody else. I just could be a part of the show.
I like
Yeah,
this.
but there's clearly no show now because yeah, people are not a fan of Cosby like they used to be.
Timelines
For
are
good
very
reason.
different for some people. Yeah, for really good reasons. Really good reasons. Appreciate that, Ben. Grapple Geekery says, did you send donations to the Vivian Banks Medical Center for Stokely, fellas? Let's hope he recovers soon from that wicked table bump. Stokely's bits after that amazing table bump, that great thing that he said where he's at the Vivian Banks Medical Center, and his stickers that he has everybody saying, I donated to Stokely's medical fund. Amazing. Great work. It's perfect.
Yeah.
He's the best. Again, this addition to FTR has been perfect.
Yeah, him willing out there in his wheelchair along with the FTR was really funny this week.
Mm-hmm. It's a great bit. I didn't think he could be able to continue it, but he's probably going to have a neck brace, all the things. It's great. Leonard Aarons III also says, congrats to Triple Stale on wasting the Braun turn. What was the point of having him turn on Seth? Just to lose to Punk and fail to bring the title back to the group. How long till Braun is 40? He's young.
Yeah, young guy. Yeah, I still think that they made a mistake by not just putting Braun in the initial Saturday Night Main Event match.
Yeah, I hate when they have the opportunities and they have the moments and they're going to have to try to create one later when it was all just there. It's like,
yeah,
you didn't have to write this. You've lucked into it, but
yeah,
that's what happens.
Will people care if he just wins the Rumble and ends up winning at WrestleMania anyway? Probably not.
No. WrestleMania wins more,
Yeah, you know what they're gonna do. See, I told you, you guys just weren't patient enough. I see how people are currently doing that with Mello. Like he didn't have anything going for months. Like, see, y'all just weren't patient. Y'all had to let it play out. Let what play out? There was nothing playing out.
Nothing was playing out.
I'm glad that he's U.S. champion and they're doing something with him now. But people had good reason to complain about the way he was used.
Right. Exactly. This is why you have to complain on the internet, because they are listening. And I love that there's been, with the release of WWE Unreal version 2, there's been some talk about, and Nick Khan put out a thing about how WWE doesn't listen to fans, even though that's all that they do. They think that if you listen to the fans and do the opposite to spite the fans, you're listening to the fans. That's what that is. If you listen to the fans and you're like, actually, let's change it to trick them, that means you're listening to the fans to trick them.
Yeah.
Nick Khan. I appreciate that, Leonard. Aaron Busby says, I seem to be in the minority that didn't mind the ending to Drew, and I'm like, is it going to come up? Is it going to go down? I seem to be in the minority that didn't mind the ending to Drew and Cody. It's an irony that the former Bloodline member helped him win. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I know what they're going for, and that Drew is still being a hypocrite because all this time he's been saying how much he hates the Bloodline, and a Bloodline guy ended up helping him win the championship. I get it. But again, I think if this happened at like Survivor Series or sometime last year, and I felt like Drew was actually going to get a worthwhile run out of this, I would feel a little bit differently about it. But it definitely feels like this is just a footnote in what's going to be Cody versus Roman.
We're going into fucking WrestleMania season, Royal Rumble's coming up and all that. And like Drew he just seems like the stepping stone to something else. And that's not really the transitional championship. I don't think it's working that great for him.
Yeah. And listen, if I'm wrong, I will be more than willing to come back on this podcast and say I was wrong. But yeah, we'll see.
Appreciate that, Busby. Tenruza says Vince's birthday attendee Drew Mack winning hilarious. Good for him. Listen, you got to play the game, Tenruza. Ben Sivner says WWE is trending too young. They need Jericho and the Hardys back as champions pronto.
Yeah. People being upset that Jericho didn't show up Monday was also very funny because I was like, yeah, I don't think I didn't really buy into some of the reports we saw. I do think he'll be back in WWE. I just didn't think it was going to happen that soon. He's probably going to have a Royal Rumble entrance though.
Exactly. His first feud, Zack Ryder or Joe Hendry?
Matt Cardona. That's going to be his first feud.
Matt Cardona, I'm telling you.
He's going to, yeah.
The way that, it's been nasty with Punk talk, Phil. The Jericho talk is about to be disgusting.
I've already seen it. I'm telling you, it's already started. I've already seen it.
Because Punk, at least, was doing great work in AEW. So it's like, he's gonna be, it isn't like there's a big hatred time for him. Like, this is way different. Like, everybody was like down on Jericho from the top to the bottom. So the flip is about to be disgusting.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get Jericho versus Ray Fenix in a few weeks, and Jericho will win.
No. I saw news that Jericho said he's super interested in going to TNA.
That's what AMC. That's what happened on AMC. That's where Perez Hilton is going over there. Announced that Jericho's coming.
Yes. That's why they got Perez. They're like, there's only one way we can announce this, dog. Send Perez out there. Judas in my mind as the credits roll. Carlos Silva and whoever else is on the league.
Yeah. What'd you think about that Santana and Cass segment?
What okay, so what did I don't
I was just like, all right, we're going that direction with it. We've seen this, that the other place held us down. Yeah, I just
do you agree?
I don't know if that works as well when it's Frankie Kazarian that you're putting in a mix with this, because it's like, what were you hoping they were gonna do with Frankie Kazarian? I mean, they gave him a tag title run. I don't know, man. And look, Santana is in the best shape of his career. The timing of it all is just so funny, though, man. After they finally gave him the title win that he should have gotten months ago, and then he drops the belt to Frankie Kazarian, and then you guys do this sit down. Hey, remember that other place, though? That other place was holding us back. I don't know if that's the move at this point.
You mean after we waited, you could have got your moment. They didn't give it to you. Then they gave you your moment. Then you were off for a month. And then when you came back, they gave your belt to somebody else. And they're building out the debut on this company with this guy as champion standing in front of his Christmas tree. I mean, we're talking about holding down. But what did that have to do you just have to throw jabs, Phil? Because what does that have to do with this feud right now that's going on? Like, we weren't supposed to be here.
Yeah, it's a big wrestling trope at this point, and I'm not even mad at just the idea of them doing it, because so it's wrestling. Everybody throws shots, but it's just the timing of it is just so funny, man. Because it's like, dude, the way they handled Santana as champion is still just mind-boggling to me. And I mean, listen, man, fair play to him. He could easily be like, I'm in a better place right now. I wasn't even in the position to be world champion over there. But yeah, during a Santana and Frankie Kazarian feud, that's when you want to throw that out? I don't know about all that, bro. I feel you, though.
And we like these guys, big Santana fans, man. But like, this is where y'all shots are at. this is where you got them. Yeah, we really showed them we're gonna main event. I'm like, Frankie Kazarian. I like Frankie, man, big fan. SoCal Uncensored, baby, forever. But like
yeah, like if he had that same, and this is why like shots are not bad. Like if he had that same promo with like Nick Nemeth or somebody,
yeah.
it was like, hey man, remember how you felt when you left that other place and how I felt when I left that other place. I think that works better than it did here. I don't know.
Listen, shots got to be fired. It trended. It worked. Thanks, Ben. Leonard also says Triple Stale booked a Rumble winner so bad that dude was back grabbing a tag rope before the end of the calendar year, and that's so lame. Talking about Jey Uso.
Yeah. Hopefully they have a better plan this year for Royal Rumble because both Royal Rumble winners flopped pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to get it together this year with the winners. Appreciate that, Leonard.
Yeah.
Busby also says, also, if the rumors about Oba is true, I'm going to need him to show up on Raw and powerbomb Brown Breaker through a flaming table.
Boy, that would really suck for Braun though. Like if you did all of this to build him up and he doesn't win the championship and then you just debut Oba and then Oba shoots ahead of you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would suck.
Can't see that happening though. Like Braun,
I think Oba. Yeah.
Scott Steiner, Rick.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think Oba makes more sense on SmackDown at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're gonna. This 3 hours is permanent. Phil, like we need some people. And we need some bodies.
That is concerning him going to SmackDown because SmackDown is by far the worst of the two shows. So
I appreciate that, Oba. Oh, Ben came through with the. We were talking about the men's NXT title division. Somebody that could come help the NXT division. Ben Sifner says, Danhausen, NXT champion.
okay. Yeah, we got some recent news about Danhausen's contract situation, and yeah, it seems like they added some time because of injury, but it seems like he'll be a free agent sometime this year.
Wait, all of y'all are tripping because Ryan follows it up. Ryan Case follows it up. David Finley and Chase Yu, Evil and Dark State.
Bro. What is this show y'all trying to book?
Evil and Dark State is crazy.
What is this show?
David Finley and Chase Yu, y'all are booking a sick NXT show, dog. Oh man, appreciate that. Ben also says, I hope Andreas had nothing to do with Dom being number one. He probably voted on it. He probably was in there.
He probably was in that room and he was like, "Oh, okay, that's what y'all want to do. All right, bet." Yeah, I will text him right now and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing out there?
What's going on, bro? What's going on?" I'm interested to see how the end of this year looks, Phil. Are we going to be saying the same thing? Is Dom going to be even greater heights? Like, is it going to be worse? I think it is.
Yeah. It's not too late, man. It's not too late to stop this. It's all right.
Mm-hmm. It's early. It's so funny, just like his career trajectory, Phil, because like he started and people were like, this guy's the worst wrestler of all time. Get him out of here. We never want to see him, to like this.
Yeah.
Good for him. It's hard to overcome, especially as a Nepo baby, Wrestling Nepo baby, it's hard out here. But like, he overcame. The homie LaRon Ford with a generous super chat says, good afternoon, fellas. Enjoying the show. Pulling for the home teams in the playoffs today. Who's playing?
Yeah, hopefully Bears get this done, man. Bears Packers, and then what is the other game? I forgot the other game. I think are Eagles playing?
That would make sense.
No, sorry. It's the Rams. Rams Carolina.
Okay. LA, let's
Rams
go,
Carolina
baby.
is the afternoon. Yeah, LA Rams Carolina Panthers is the afternoon game, and then the night game is Bears Packers.
Games are probably starting pretty soon here, huh? Appreciate that, LaRon. Thanks for the generous super chat, and hopefully you enjoy those games today. Josh D from CT says, Phil, got any prop bets for the Bears Packers? Hi, Righteous Ringo. What's up, dude? These motherfuckers spitting. Appreciate you, Josh.
No, I try not to ever bet on the Bears. I would not even look at the props. I would never bet on this team.
I've seen Phil, my friend, place bets for all kinds of things across different platforms, but never one day in my life has I have heard him say, "Yeah, got some on the Bears tonight." Never, 0%.
I would never bet on that team.
You won't even look at it, huh?
I could do it. No.
Appreciate that, Josh. Tenruza says Andrade is him. Send Doyle Davis to New Japan. The upcoming New Japan shows look fun. The one with in Trenton and the New Beginning show. I'm still buzzing for the V4.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, man. I be trying to enjoy the games, and as into the games I get, I cannot imagine betting on these games and they lose. Like the way they lost that game to Detroit on Saturday. That was Sunday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Where it was 16-0 coming into the fourth quarter. Bears scored 16 points. Got an interception, and they had a chance to get in field goal range and win this game. Could not move the ball. Got to fourth down. They needed 5 yards, and they punted. And I was just like, why though? Why did you give them the ball back? You're giving them a chance to score. You did all of that. Why not just go for it on fourth? Why'd you punt that? I just had to let it go. But if we had lost that game, this is what I'm saying. If I imagine picking the spread for that game, and they end up losing by 4 points.
I just had to
3
let
points.
it go. It's hella funny.
Yeah, it's different. Different if you bet on the game.
People with their parlays. This generation is crazy because we didn't have gambling at our fingertips like this. Like we thought the generation before us, like at the track, and those guys are crazy. Now we got the bets at our fingertips, dog. Like I can make a bet from my bed. Like life is crazy as hell, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Next generation. I feel for you guys. Tenruz also says TNA on AMC going to be WWECW on Sci-Fi. Perez/Jericho.
Yeah, I love how y'all just like pairing Jericho and Perez now.
Yeah, this is the presentation and how they do it, and if they switch it up is going to be very different. Somebody was saying that it's still going to be a mostly tape show, and I'm like, wrestling fans will never adjust to tape shows. There's always going to be a section of fans that there's never going to hit the same if it's a tape show. When Collision's a tape show, it hits way different than when it's a live show. Like people, even if they don't read the results, they just feel like something of importance is not going to happen, or they'll already have known about it if it's a tape show, you know?
Yeah. We'll see. I assumed it was going to be a live show, so that's news to me.
The first one is, but not all of them. They're essentially going to have the same kind of schedule where it's like,
okay.
Sometimes we're not live. Appreciate that, Tenruza. Ryan also says Jan 6, Jericho 6 WWE faction coming. Jericho 6 is crazy.
Jericho 6 is crazy, bro.
That's
Jericho
wild.
6 versus the Wyatt 6.
Jan 6, Jericho 6 is wild stuff. Appreciate that, Ryan. But he's definitely it's not gonna be just Jericho. Like we're gonna get an Inner Circle, Jericho Appreciation Society or something of that sort in WWE for sure.
Yeah. Wow. Why?
Guaranteed almost. Ben also says we are having a big TNA watch party on Thursday at the Illinois State Football Stadium in Normal, Illinois, if anyone is able to attend.
Sounds like fun.
This show's going to be on the big screen. Yeah, that sounds like a good time, Ben. They're about to sell that out. And then appreciate your support all day, Ben. Appreciate that. And then Leonard Aaron says Mike Santana taking the nonsense on NXT like they didn't put the belt on him, go on hiatus, then come back to him losing the title. Hilarious. Listen, sometimes you got to get your shit off no matter what.
Yeah, hey man. At least I ain't over there though.
Because he's right. Neither one of you guys were ever going to be AEW World Champion. I'm sorry. Like I want there to be a world where that was, but that wasn't going to happen for you guys. So you guys did make the right move.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, hey, man. I guess so. I think Kazarian made the right choice for him, and I think
yes,
where Santana was with like his health and everything else, he seems like he's in a much better state. So at least I like, despite all this wrestling stuff, I think it's great that he is in better shape and he's in a place where he's happy doing what he's doing.
Absolutely, and he's a top guy and gonna main event their first show on the new network. So like, yeah, good thing. Sometimes even if we think something is something, it could become completely different for a different guy. So it all makes sense.
Yeah,
that's all of our super chats. Thank you everybody today. Y'all are great.
Hey, we got some more Humper chats here from Tony P. He says the arena Wednesday with his shitty lights, your arena Phil, which can't stay dry for a basketball game, MJF, and the 21 Plex setup. The Cody Drew Cage match finish. Julius Steele with no pop. Javon signing during a break. Yeah, that's right. He did sign during the commercial.
That's right.
Yeah, the Bulls game got delayed because of some water in the United Center. So I'm not sure when that game is actually going to happen. I believe it's supposed to be Bulls Heat.
It's an old building.
It rained really bad those days. So I don't know. More from Tony P. He says the /what the fuck that trade. Why have Oba win the belt again if he was just going to vacate a few weeks later? That Braun Punk match. Mister, have you listened to my podcast complaining that TK is pushing luchadors too much? What are you talking about? I know you're talking about.
I don't know what that is. 0%.
Yeah. More from Tony P says fans mad at AEW saying another redemption without realizing most heels wrestling stories go through this. As the Tsuji's demands, I think part of the reason the company is doing that is to not only clear up the title purpose. They really have not had real stars other than him, which we know. I think they should move Despy and Hiromu to the heavy division. They proved they can go. I mean, you have no other real stars other than Goda, Gabe, David, to which may not be there long. Yeah, I think Hiromu, out of those guys, you can make him a heavyweight, and he would do very well. He's extremely popular with their audience. But man, bro, Oyawa was getting popular, bro. So they're gonna have somebody in Oyawa very soon, and then you've got other guys that you're building. We're gonna see, man. It's definitely a transition period for New Japan. We'll see where this lands by the end of the year. Very curious to see where some of these names are going to be by the end of 2026.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the fans kind of plant as who they want to be the next guys beyond like the Tsujis and the guys that are kind of right here on the surface. But like, who's going to lead the way standing next to those guys? Like this transitional phase is monumental after the Tanahashi stuff. So a good place to start.
Yeah. I forgot about this, Tony. Tony says, hearing Finn talk about what effect NXT UK had on Brit wrestling scene must have had some fans feel vindicated. The way he summed it was in a clearer way, was even better. This reminded me that Rev Pro stayed away from WWE, is owned by a black man. Yeah, shout out to Rev Pro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people stayed in denial about what ended up happening to British wrestling's indie scene. It was pretty clear as day, and yeah, I people trying to deny it. It was pretty clear as day. I don't know.
You can see it. It happened. The wrestlers, the fans, like all the scenes were like, oh yeah, this didn't really work out for us. And they're still on their rebuilding phase of the UK scene. So, I mean, it didn't totally kill them, but it like put a stake in their heart for sure.
Yeah, yeah. The fact that Finn of all people just outright just said it on Cody's podcast, he's just like, yeah, that's a thing that happened. That was crazy. I guess. And
if
you can do that.
If anybody, they essentially were using him to launch a lot of the shit and then a lot of the programs, so he would know.
Yeah, we were supposed to get this Finn Balor Gunther match at one of those NXT UK takeover shows, and it never happened because of pandemic and other things.
Damn, fucking pandemic.
Yeah, but he just the fact that he just outright said it was pretty funny. Like,
it was the
remember
elephant in
that?
the room.
Yeah, remember that? Remember that crazy thing happened in Europe? That was crazy.
Don't remember.
Yeah, that was we got that Pete Dunne tweet because of that, because somebody else was complaining about NXT UK and Brit Rest, and he was like, "Not the way."
Not the way. I'll just stay under this mask, hidden.
Not the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the last one from Tony P. Appreciate you as always. He says he's seen the game WWE is running and said no. Before I go, LOL TNA, Perez Hilton, question mark. That Ross guy losing his NBA deal, good. Also, you feel any WWE talent is looking over at AEW now that they seem stable again. With that, protect each other. Peace and love. No, it's definitely probably somebody over there at WWE. Like, yeah, looks kind of warm over there.
I mean, the news we got, it was this week or last week, Tommaso Ciampa not renewing his contract. I'm like, I think we're going to start seeing more people kind of in that level realize what they have to do. And I think that there are going to be some people that start to take chances on themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see jumps from both companies. There are going to be people that think the grass is greener over there and vice versa. It's going to keep happening.
Yep.
Then we got two from Javier from Texas. He says, I'm as sick of long title reigns as the next guy, but I really think Hangman should have held the belt longer. Feels like he cooled off massively since All In. If my gut is right, in the next 6 months is MJF Heat till Wembley. I'm not here for it. Yeah, I think that Hangman should have at least held the belt till World's End.
Yeah, at minimum, that was the place to get it to, because it would have made the finish for that work a lot better for me. And I still don't really understand the Samoa Joe placement in all this.
Yeah, I think the Joe title run looks worse the further we get away from it. Like, I was thinking that during the main event on Wednesday, I was like, okay, what is this really done for Joe? And now you have Hook in the mix. Hook ended up getting beat down by the end of that match. And I was just like, what does this really, what is this heel turn and this whole re-envisioning the ops as a dojo really done?
Turn them heel. I like them all as heels. Like, that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah. I think Hangman should have just held the belt, at least the World's End. I think it would
Mm-hmm.
have worked. I think it would have worked just fine as a triple threat. But lastly, Javier from Texas says, that being said, I will be in the building for Collision tonight in Arlington. During the last esports arena residency, we had a world champ that actually bothered to show up on Saturday, Swerve. I have a feeling that Max won't do the same. Yeah, I don't think that Swerve gets the credit for working all the shows like he did as champion. At one point,
Yep.
that guy was on all 3 shows.
Mm-hmm. I remember being out one day and Collision was on while I was out shopping and seeing Swerve start the show, and like the vibes are just different. He was like really trying to be that world champion, and it's different because Hangman doesn't feature on Collision a lot of the times, and Max rarely shows up on Collision. So it's just about to be a different vibes here for sure. Different vibes.
Yeah. Just trying to double check if that is all of our Humper Chats. Appreciate everybody that sent in the Super Chats and Humper Chats this week.
Yeah.
Appreciate all you guys that tuned in for our review of Wrestle Kingdom 20 as well. But I think that is all of them. Jose is saying, Phil, any thoughts on the Avengers Doomsday teasers? They look great so far, man. Seeing Cyclops finally get his due. Been waiting a long time. Hopefully, we actually get a good depiction of this guy in this movie after years of terrible ones. Or mediocre ones.
People have been waiting for it, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that's all of our Super Chats as well.
That's everything.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you guys as always. You know what it is. This has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Righteous Reg. We'll be back next week at our usual time, Saturday noon Eastern, on this very YouTube channel. But until then, we're out of here.
Peace.